case. Anyways, that's why I'm not allowed in 6 states. Gentlemen, how's everybody doing? All right.
What the heck?
All right.
I'm doing all right.
It's good. It feels like it's been, I mean, it has been a little bit since I know I saw all of you yesterday, but barring that, it feels like it's been a little bit because I was away for
Bar none.
a week. How was
What do you think,
everybody's
Malcolm?
past week?
We should have played mini golf, and I can't believe we let him dictate.
Thank God we
I
didn't
would've
wait in that
played it.
line.
I would have played it too, and I would have won.
I would've
Instead of
played
just sitting for a while and not doing much for a little while.
Have you ever been to a driving range?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You have? When?
Like 2 years ago.
You've been to a driving range?
With who?
Yeah. Kyle and Ethan.
Oh.
I was going to say, didn't they used to do that?
Yeah, I did it once.
Have you been to a driving range, Matt?
No, just because I don't really have any desire
It's just
to.
a yes or no.
No. I like mini golf a lot, but I don't
I
care
love
for
mini
real
golf.
Do you guys want to come to a driving range tomorrow?
I have work tomorrow.
What time?
I work 1 to 9. I believe.
Never mind.
No.
Matt, you want to come with me, Patrick, and
When are you going?
I? After work or
The
sometime.
thing about the driving range that I don't like that much is like it feels like there's no goal. You just hit it, but like with putt mini golf, you have like different levels, different obstacles you go around. Like you gotta get it into the hole.
Yeah.
Driving range, you just smack it.
My goal is to get better.
I know, but it's just very like to me. I'd go to the driving range if I wanted to get really good at golf and practice, and like, I just wanted to play and have fun. You know?
I'm having fun.
Yeah, well, good for you.
Good for you. Yeah, golf is it's so hard.
All right.
I'm okay. What's all right? Or are you just
It's
shutting me
fun.
down? Huh?
It's fun.
I'm not. Why are those two things
I'm
in
very
opposition in your mind? Why can't something be hard and fun?
Yeah.
Many things are hard and fun.
You can say that again.
You're gross.
Yeah. Anyways, Patrick, how was your week off gallivanting?
Gallivanting is an interesting verb.
Well, I think I already heard a lot about it off camera, so I would like to not have him repeat it.
Oh,
What's like the TLDR?
it was good.
How was the
Fantastic.
little note you left at the restaurant yesterday?
I think I failed. Why are you bringing that up right now? There's no.
Why not, right?
Who is this
I
guy?
don't know what the fuck. I don't know what he was doing.
Dude, why are you so against it?
No. I'm not against the idea of you doing that.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was typically when you want to talk to somebody, because I've been with you when you're like, oh, like she's cute, like maybe I'll try to talk to her, maybe we'll get her number. Like you didn't have any. There was no vibe of like, oh, like I'm interested in her until like very, very at the end when we were gonna get.
That
the
was
bills.
there. You go.
Like, you're just like,
Around
oh,
the time where we were talking about how
Dude,
you were going to take the chocolate off her shirt.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was Mark taking the chocolate. Okay,
No,
what is going on here?
I didn't bring that up. No, I just
No one
thought-
brought it up. He brought it up.
No, I've been with you when you want to talk to somebody, and it seemed like you were just kind of like shoehorning it in randomly. But usually you're like you express interest more like early on, talk about it more. You're just like out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay.
You've
I
never
didn't-
seen me approach a girl though, have you?
Yeah, I think
Or
I
try to?
Have you
make
seen him
advance on a
sprint
girl?
after a girl down the street?
I was there when that happened. Yeah.
Okay. You guys are gonna need to stop. You guys are
I
actually gonna
didn't,
need
I
to
didn't
stop.
bring it up.
Just putting Patrick in the dirt right now.
Like, what are you doing?
I just assume that you've been in situations where you actually care about like getting the number more, whereas this one was just like whatever. That's what it seemed like to me. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been cases where you're like, oh, like I really want to get her number, and in this case it just seemed like if she wants, I guess. It didn't seem like you like cared that much, which is why I was confused at why you're doing it.
But like, I guess the times where I care more is when I know more about the person. Like I don't know her, so it's like.
No, but I'm saying
I'm
just
saying?
like, I wouldn't think that she was your physical type that much either.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. She was?
I think yeah, she was really pretty.
No, okay.
I thought she was. You didn't think she was pretty?
Not really. Not my type.
Really? You didn't think
personally,
she was pretty?
no. No, not really.
Okay.
I've also I've shown you people who in my opinion are significantly more attractive, and you're like, oh, 6. So that's why I was like confused.
Oh.
Yeah.
Europe was fun.
You
I
win
was
some, you
in
lose some.
France, Paris, as Malcolm's jersey would suggest, and London. Paris, definitely my favorite of the two.
Why don't you tell us that thing you were telling us?
What was I telling you? Oh, just before we started rolling? I will not. The one thing I will say, though, is having seen, like the Statue of Liberty in New York or like the Hollywood sign in L.A. and like, some famous landmarks, I think the Eiffel Tower is my favorite. There's just something about it where like every time I saw it, and because a lot of Paris is very old and it's not skyscrapers and shit, other than like the newer kind of.
Is it cobblestone paths?
Exactly, and
Love
like
that.
the newer downtown area is like more skyscrapers and shit, but the like heart of Paris isn't. So there's like so many parts of the city where you just kind of like turn and you just like see it sitting there or like peeking out from like the top of a building or something, and it never got old.
Is it like? Did it feel like you were? If I was in Paris, I'd feel like I was in Ratatouille. I love
There's
Ratatouille.
definitely a little bit of that
night,
vibe.
At night, it's, everything's like lit up.
Well, when our second last day, we went to the top of the tower, and we did it at night. So when you're like looking out on Paris, it's all just lit up. And
Did you go to Gusteau's?
we didn't go to Gusteau's, unfortunately.
That's a real
What
place.
about La
I don't think so.
Ratatouille?
Didn't go.
No.
No, sadly.
Ratatouille's a dish, right?
It's a restaurant at the end of the movie.
The
Because they
dish.
closed down Gusteau's and then the rat opens his own restaurant called La Ratatouille.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
But yeah, there's just
It's a rat.
that, and when we went to the Louvre and saw the Mona Lisa in the Eiffel Tower.
That's in Paris? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
It was almost like when I'm at the Comic-Con sometimes, and like you see some of the celebrities sitting like doing autographs and shit, where there's that kind of feeling of like it's almost weird seeing them in person because like, oh fuck, like I've watched this person on TV.
Are you talking about the Mona Lisa or just talking about you saw actors
The
there?
Mona Lisa and the Eiffel Tower to me had that same effect of
Oh.
like seeing an actor in person,
Oh, but you
where
didn't
it's
actually
like,
see
oh,
an
I've
actor.
seen this painting or I've seen the Eiffel Tower like my entire life in a million different pictures and videos and whatever. But like actually being there in front of it, there was something about it that was just very like, it was that similar feeling I get when I see like an actor or whatever, where it's like, oh fuck, like they're right there. In London, we're 80% sure we walked right by Ashton Kutcher,
Oh.
like just on the street.
Who's that?
Cool.
You don't know Ashton
The
Kutcher?
actor.
2.5 Men.
He's with Mila Kunis.
That 70s show?
Shout out that 70s show.
2.5 Men.
It's okay, you're
I've
not.
seen 2.5 Men, but I don't
He's the
remember
main
what they
guy,
look
one of the
like.
main guys.
He's the
Like
one
in
that
the last 2
replaced
seasons,
Charlie
though.
Sheen.
Oh, I see.
I don't know who Charlie Sheen is.
The main,
All right.
the sleaze bag on 2.5 Men.
I didn't watch it like that, boys.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's
know
the main
about the show.
character. He was the main character.
Know about the show. Like,
Okay, so when you said you watched the show,
I see like at 2
Yeah,
episodes,
you
but like
really-
I never...
No, but because usually my family has this running joke where like wherever we travel, if we walk by somebody that like looks nothing like a famous person but only vaguely, my dad's always like we were in the Louvre and some redhead guy walked by, and my dad's like, guys, that's Prince Harry. Like, so we always do it as this running joke. But we walked past this guy and he was just on the phone, but like in Britain, but with an American, like North American accent or whatever. Like, he didn't sound British. And I walked by him and was about to do the joke to my family of like, guys, look, it's Ashton Kutcher. But then I looked at him for a second and I was like, is that fucking Ashton Kutcher? And my dad walked by and then he turned around to like my brother and my mom and he's like, that's fucking Ashton Kutcher. But he was on the phone, so my dad, didn't get a chance to go bug him. My mom and Michael vehemently did not believe my dad. They're like 0% that's Ashton Kutcher. My dad, 1,000% sure it's Ashton Kutcher. I'm like 80-20. Like, I'm pretty sure it was him, but like if he was like, no, I'm fucking some guy, I'd be like, all right, whatever. You look a lot like Ashton Kutcher. Patrick, could you reach to the gay bag to your left?
The gay bag.
That's a joke because it's a rainbow for all you
It's not a joke. It's a gay bag.
pride enthusiasts out there. I have things to give you all, just a couple mini trinkets. From Paris, I got each of you just a little Eiffel Tower keychain. Take a little.
That's cool.
Take a little Eiffel Tower with you. And then when I went to California last year, the hats seemed to go over well. Even though, Patrick, I know you were the one that missed out on a hat. You got the shirt instead. So when I was searching around for things, I was like, I'm going to get Patrick a hat. But then I had the one hat that I have for Patrick, and I saw a couple other hats that were nice, and I was like, well, I'll get everybody a hat. So I got everybody a hat.
go.
So technically yours is the one-off hat.
Wait, I didn't get a hat again. Oh, I did get a
You
hat.
did. I'm just saying, Mark and Malcolm's
You got
hats
the
are
gay hat.
matching. Like, they're the same hat, just different things. So, Mark, I stuck with the mustard yellow look for you, and
cool.
Malcolm went with more of a blue look for you. So it's just a little hat with
cool.
London
London.
on it. And then, Patrick, for you, we went to at the London train station. They have, like, this
No.
officiel
Okay.
Harry Potter thing there because it's, the fucking train station in London. They even have, like, the grocery cart. like with the shit in it half sticking out of the wall
That's so cool.
right beside the store. So your hat is a little Hogwarts Express hat from the fucking
go.
Harry Potter store.
Fucking go.
Is that everything? That was everything. And I saw. Here's the thing. Sometimes I wear things loud and proud, but I also like my subtlety. And they had a hat there that was just a black baseball cap, but like in big ass gold writing, it was just the Harry Potter logo, and like it had more shit on it, and it was just a very like loud hat.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna get it, and I was like, this hat's fine, but like,
Yeah.
it's very like obvious. But as soon as I saw the Hogwarts Express, I was like, that's the hat, because A, it's red, which is a little different from just a plain old black hat, and B, I like that it's a little subtler than just fucking Harry Potter.
Dude, every tourist place, their merchandise is always so, in your words, loud.
It's so
Like, I went to Disney Springs with all the Disney stores and stuff, and they have shirts with huge Mickey Mice on it. Mickey Mice? Mickey Mouse
Mickey Mice.
patterns
Mickey
on it.
Mice.
You know what I'm saying? Mickey Mice. Huge patterns, huge gold, like all this random stuff. And it's like you have so much potential with all these different, characters you have or logos you guys have. Just make it something that people actually would wear.
When I see
It's
all
so
those
touristy.
like, merch stores, like for example, when I go to the Orlando airport or even any Disney store in any Disney park, like I've seen cool Disney merch before that I would like to wear.
Yeah.
But the stuff they make is just so far off from what
You know what
is
yeah.
even not embarrassing for me to wear in public.
You know what
Like,
I think
I
it
don't
is?
want a shirt where Mickey Mouse is the whole entire T-shirt. You put no thought or effort into it. It's just let's make a Mickey Mouse T-shirt and put Mickey on it.
You know what I think it is? They're really pushing like for advertising. You know what I'm saying? We need to make it as recognizable as possible because someone will buy it out there. We're Disney.
No abstract.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs,
That's
ands, or
Mickey,
buts. So when people wear it, it's like, oh, Disney.
That's Mickey
Disney.
Mouse.
That's Mickey
Disney.
Mouse and that's
It
Disney.
says Disney's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
baby.
Do you think they would sell more if they actually made proper?
I think because like
No.
I
for
think they probably
example,
already sell an insane amount.
when it's the same
Same
thing
amount?
in like
No,
in like
I'm saying they probably currently sell an insane amount.
An insane amount. Yeah.
oh they definitely do, but it's the same thing in like since Disney owns Star Wars, they make their Star Wars merch too. And when I was going there for the first time, I was like, all right, I want a really cool Star Wars shirt. I had like an image in my mind that I've seen a cool Star Wars shirt before. I'm like, I want something like that. And I go there and it's all the exact same stuff as like the Mickey Mouse thing. It's like a giant Chewbacca or like a giant Yoda. I'm like,
No one would ever wear that.
who would wear that? Nobody.
You don't
Maybe
wear it-
like
you don't
some
wear it
like
at the theme
40-year-old
park.
mom or some 10-year-old kid that doesn't give a shit.
You know, it'd be cool. There was a shirt that had a huge Grogu on it. You know, it'd been cool if it was like a short sleeve and it had a little pocket and it was just little Grogu sticking out of it. That would be a cool design.
Also,
I think.
In my opinion, I think
No,
I
he
think
doesn't agree.
I think screen printed shirts are better quality than just a big giant piece of plastic laminated onto the
Dude.
t-shirt. I hate that.
Dude, there's this one, the 3D ones where it's like sticking out. It was the most gross thing I've ever seen. It was just the Mickey Mouse sticking out, and then it had like up of all places over here behind the shoulder, Disney sticking out. It's like, what are you guys thinking? Who comes up with
Then
this?
someone goes, oh, where's that shirt from? You go,
You go.
Speaking of shirts, at some point we keep talking about this, but we got to get like us merch made.
Yeah.
And now that the summer's upon us, I think it would be smart to start with like a T-shirt,
Okay.
and then maybe in the winter we do like hoodies, like we
Oh my
talked
God.
about doing.
Imagine we made dope hoodies and that does way better than our podcast does.
But like the idea of doing like a
It's like,
T-shirt,
do you guys see the Wildly Adequate hoodie? What is that even?
just like
Some random company.
beige T-shirt, throw the
I'm thinking
logo on it.
like a black hoodie and then like the Wildly Adequate kind of looking like that and then it kind of like fades away with all those colors there.
Mm.
I'm not in for that.
Wow.
Shut
Immediate no from
Yeah,
Patrick.
yeah, big no.
Anyways, so yeah, that was it. London, France.
Oh.
That sounded like
How dare
somebody
you.
strumming on a guitar. Shall we begin?
Sure.
Keep that in. Keep that in.
It's all good. Kevin. Welcome back to episode 68. Wildly Adequate, the show about anything, everything, or usually, and usually nothing. Fuck, I
You bungled it.
It's been,
You bungled
it's been
it.
a week and I'm
Start
all
over.
forgotten.
Start over.
Welcome back, leaving all that in, to episode 68 of Wildly Adequate, the show about
One more.
anything, everything, and usually nothing. I, as always, am one quarter of your hosting crew, Mr. Matthew Russo, and I am joined by Patrick and Mark and Malcolm. Yay. Yes, we're one away. I'm a little thrown off because I know you guys didn't do 68 while we were away, so I was planning on coming in and doing 69, although it's good that we're not, because my topic for 69 I am not prepared for at all, so it's actually good that I have more time to...
Can we start the 69 episode with each of us sitting 69 on each other?
No.
I think we should. But I have a fun topic for that episode, so I'm glad I have more
You're
time
gonna be
to
sexual?
plan it. My topic? Yeah, it'll be incredibly sexual.
Let's go.
As Malcolm puts his new earrings in his mouth. Well, apparently I'm starting. Gentlemen, I got a nice, light, easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl for topic for us to get into. A couple of months ago, I did a topic about our current enjoyments and things we were currently enjoying. I'd like to look to the future, if I may, and I'd like to just talk to you guys about some things you're looking forward to. This could venture beyond what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking more like media, I guess. But we can broaden our horizons a little to other life things and whatnot that we're looking forward to. But I just wanted to know what you guys are looking forward to. Any upcoming shit you got your eyes on? What are we excited about, Patrick?
Wait, what?
What are we excited about, Mark?
You're just calling us.
What?
Are you excited?
What are we excited
I
about,
can't name a
Malcolm?
single thing I'm excited about.
Wow.
All right.
Not even one.
We're all just very pessimistic about the future. What are you excited about?
So I'm looking forward to, we are less than a month away, I think, to the new Alien Romulus. The new Alien film.
Not a real name.
Yes, it is.
Alien Romulus.
Yes, the new Alien movie, which is being directed. What?
Be
I didn't.
dead serious.
I didn't name
Be
the
dead
fucking
serious.
It
movie.
looks really good.
I didn't name
really
the
good.
fucking movie, Patrick.
Directed by Ridley Scott.
What does Romulus mean?
Ridley
Produced.
Scott's producing it. I just realized the door's still open, but it's being directed by one Fede Alvarez. Oh, I knew Kevin. I could see just the slightest
Why are
silhouette.
you wearing my shirt? Oh, this is your shirt.
He went
Get
rifling
in here,
through your
Kevin.
closet
Let me see.
for
Let's
it.
see the shirt. What's the shirt?
Show the camera your shirt.
Over there.
Kevin's first appearance on the show.
Who wears it better?
He fills it out more because he's more muscular than Patrick.
That's right.
Oh, I think it's empty in there, brother. Yeah.
Oh, no pizza
Unfortunately.
for Kevin. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Sorry, buddy.
There he goes. Anyways, I didn't name the movie. I'm just relaying to you what it's called.
All right, Alien Romulus.
Being directed by Fede Alvarez, who's the guy that did the 2013 Evil Dead and
The quiet one.
was
What
he
it?
Don't Breathe?
Yeah.
There you go. Don't Breathe.
You see that movie?
Don't
It's a
breathe,
good
yeah.
one, yeah.
I don't know. I was actually thinking about maybe doing like a reactions topic one day of just showing you guys a bunch of trailers and shit.
Let's do it right now.
And the Alien thing
can
was
we watch
definitely one. I mean, if you guys
Pull it
want,
up.
Let's do it right now.
Pull it up.
maybe I'll.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Do I wanna-
You're gonna hit Matty. Matty one of these days.
Pull it up. Let's hang out.
Because they put out like an initial teaser trailer for this movie, but the most recent one from like a month ago, like the actual full trailer, is just magic. That'll be a little dark because the TV settings. Should I fuck with the TV settings?
Yeah.
I got it from here.
Uh,
I'll take it from here.
Do they actually work? Where did I put them?
Oh,
Oh. All right.
Yeah, I clicked
you messed this us
menu.
beyond repair.
I clicked.
Wow.
I literally clicked.
Right in my face.
Patrick, be alien for Halloween, and instead of having the second alien come out of your mouth, just make your tongue go.
It should be this one.
Yeah?
Are you gonna do it on there?
And only do it to
it's
women.
Contrast and
Hey,
brightness.
baby, guess what I am?
You're right. Pepper spray.
There we go. So now when we go back to the our logo on the TV, it's gonna look like all blown out and weird, but that's okay. You guys feel free to fill time or whatever.
It's alright.
I'm gonna stay silent.
I can't wait to
We can
cut
play
this
like
out.
Super Smash Brothers after this, or maybe we can play a game of
Let's
Scrabble.
see how late we take. Cause
It's
I
only
don't
like
know.
not even 9 o'clock yet. It's 8:30.
Let's see how long it takes.
Main menu.
Is that good?
Anyways, here we go. I'm gonna have to put this trailer in now, I guess. 3, 2, 1.
Does it have sound?
There's no fucking sound.
All right.
Let's try this again. First shot, very Blade Runner.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
What's happening?
Something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the
I don't know,
water?
there's just something in the fucking water. Fucking thing's hunting us.
Open the door, come on!
Run.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Dude, get the fuck out of here.
was a
First
really-
of all,
That was a really good trailer.
First of all, one of the best trailers I have seen in a long time, using, of course, the iconic tagline from the original movie of "In space, no one can hear you scream," but using it in the trailer and then just cutting all the sound for the rest of it. Brilliant trailer. But I just so up my alley, and when I watched that trailer for the first time, and the one character there is like shining the light through their back so that it's like glowing through their chest, and you see the fucking like chest burster pounding against their fucking rib cage.
That's so scary.
So cool. That's the coolest shit I've ever seen. So anyways, Alien Romulus. We're like a month
awesome.
or so ish away, depending on schedules. Day 1 in the theater. Cannot wait. Ready to be scared.
Really cool trailer, really cool IP. Horribly chosen name, but anyways.
Romulus. What does Romulus mean?
Let's search that up.
I don't know
I'll
if
search
it's
it up.
like it's not a biblical thing, is it? I don't know.
Romulus doesn't sound like a biblical thing.
Wasn't Romulus a person?
London.
Romulus
Maybe.
was the legendary founder and first king of Rome.
Interesting.
Various traditions attribute the establishment of many of Rome's oldest legal, political, what does it say? Religious and social institutions to Romulus and his contemporaries.
Interesting. I wonder if that has
His name is
connection.
Are you okay with his lace-ridden head to be in contact with your hat?
Lice ridden.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
I don't know if anybody saw, but so one day my mom came home from Square One and she was telling me she was gonna get frozen yogurt, but she was standing in line behind a guy who had so much fucking lice in his head that she lost her appetite and had to walk away.
Oh no.
And then
She saw lice in his
she
head?
saw lice in his head.
She saw
that's how
animal-
much there were.
she saw little
That's how much
bugs?
there was. She saw the little things crawling around. And then the next day on 6Buzz, I saw a post that showed someone took a picture in the Square One washroom and there was hair and lice all over the sink.
Oh god.
Oh.
That's
Gross. Someone in Square One just going like this in the bathroom and just leaving it there.
I will say quickly, just because that reminds me, back to the Paris, France thing. The Brits and the French, those two fucking European countries specifically, and their people love shitting on the rest of the world, and specifically like us and America as like, oh, we're fucking better than everybody. The most disgusting bathrooms I have ever used were in fucking Paris and London. Those fucking people who like to walk around all high and mighty than everybody else cannot like aim their fucking piss stream properly when they're in a toilet. It's
Good enough.
it's horrifying. It's disgusting.
All right.
Anyways, that's traumatizing.
Right then.
Have
Right
you ever had lice?
No,
You've never had, has anyone ever had lice here?
no, I never did.
Jolly good.
Just pissing all over the seat. Right then.
The other thing, movie wise, that I'm looking forward to, which we're much closer to. I mean, by the time this comes out, we'll only be a week away. Is of course Deadpool and Wolverine.
Honestly, I don't really want to see it.
Why?
I
Jackman's back,
can't
baby.
wait.
Hugh Jackman's back as the Wolverine.
So excited.
Nah, that's all I can. That's all he can produce.
It looks cool. Obviously, having him and Hugh Jackman together is so cool.
Play the trailer.
The fucking yellow suit.
I don't
I
wanna see
think
it
I don't want to see it
together
either. I'm like in between you guys because I'm excited to watch it, but like not that excited. I just feel like Marvel's steam has been so lost over the last few years. I don't feel that invested in Marvel
I'm
anymore.
not very excited about any Marvel movies.
Yeah, but
Here's the
I
thing.
just want to see Hugh
I-
Jackman.
That's
Unfortunately.
definitely the case. But if there's two movies that A, I'm sure are going to be fantastic, and B, that I can't wait for, Deadpool and Wolverine and Fantastic Four are those two.
Correct me if
movies.
I'm wrong, but Deadpool's standalone. It's not meant to be part of the MCU.
It's part of the MCU.
Oh.
It is now that Disney
The first one
owns
wasn't,
all
I
the
guess,
X-Men
but-
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna try and work it into the.
Not maybe not, but they definitely made like references and stuff.
Have
at
you
this
really
point.
not seen anything from it? They're definitely leaning into it. Like it seems like the premise of the movie is the TVA guys from the Loki
okay,
show
I'm with him.
show up to like Deadpool's.
I'm with that fucking.
They show up
imbecile.
to like the Fox X-Men universe to like fuck with Deadpool.
Sorry.
They show up to like Deadpool's like the
Can you
Fox
put the hat
X-Men
lower on your
universe. Yeah, wear the hat lower so
Do
that's
this
covering
again.
your eyes.
There you
Do
go.
this again.
There you go. And then like they get Wolverine involved in all this crazy shit. So I would imagine there's going to be like not necessarily like cameos and shit. I think all the cameo stuff is going to be more X-Men centric. But I imagine there's going to be like references to things and like, oh, Iron Man this and that and the other thing. What do they
Look
do?
over it. This guy keeps making actions.
And I mean, even in the trailer, Deadpool like makes jokes about like, yeah, we're owned by Disney now, whatever. And
See,
like,
I was
blah, blah, blah.
excited
I don't
for
like
it
that.
because
You know what I'm looking forward to?
I was excited. I was excited for it because I thought it was gonna still be its own thing.
Nope,
And I
you're
wouldn't
wrong.
have to worry about all the garbage happening in the MCU.
How excited are you to hear Deadpool say we're owned by Disney now, even though it's a movie?
I don't think
That's his whole thing. He breaks the fourth wall.
Matty, pass it
Why you
back.
act like you don't know what Deadpool is?
It's a movie.
I don't think you're gonna. I don't necessarily think it's gonna be the thing where if like you didn't see fucking Shang-Chi, you're not gonna get Deadpool 3. I don't think it's gonna be any of that. I just think it's going to be like they're going to take Deadpool and just sort of like plop him into the MCU and just let him fucking run rampant, you know, in all that.
Shang-Chi
shit.
was actually.
I
I like
Shang-Chi-
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi
Shang-Chi was
slapped.
good.
Yeah.
I like the song from it too.
Sorry,
I like the song from it.
the one song that's in it. You like the one? There's only one song that's in it.
Yeah, the one song.
Which song?
I don't know how many songs there are in it, but there's like a
Can you
whole,
sing it?
there's a whole
Yeah, sing
album
the song.
dedicated to it.
Sing the song.
Is it like a song that they put in the movie or like a song for the movie?
A song for the movie. It's by Anderson .Paak and somebody else.
I thought you were gonna say Hans Zimmer.
No, not
Right,
Hans
'cause he
Zimmer.
makes
I
things
love
for
Hans Zimmer,
everybody.
though.
Shut up, Hans.
Fun fact: he's the only composer ever in Hollywood. Anyways,
Ever in
that's a bad
Nollywood?
joke.
That
I
what you
said Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Why would, he,
Composer
why, would
ever
he,
in Hollywood?
why would he say Nollywood?
I don't know. That's what I thought. I was thinking, why did he in
Nollywood.
Nigeria?
Is that what the? Are you kidding?
Nigerian Hollywood.
Is that Nollywood
Yeah.
is a real thing?
Is it
Yeah.
actually?
There's no fucking way.
Yeah, there's no
Search
way.
it.
I almost don't want to.
I'm almost positive Nollywood is Nigerian Hollywood.
I want us to expose Malcolm for the fool he is.
Maybe I'm just talking about things.
Oh my God, there are. Nollywood, a Nigerian Hollywood.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Damn, you learn something new every day.
You
Holy
think you
shit.
can you think you can wait, do Sollywood.
Sucking
Do Sollywood. Somalian Hollywood. Sollywood.
Sollywood.
There's
I
no
don't
way they
think
make
it-
movies
I
over there.
don't
Why
think
not?
it
It's not
works
Spanish
like that.
Hollywood?
Sollywood.
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 No. Oh.
Yeah. Sollywood.
Dollywood.
Dollywood is
Dollywood.
Dolly Parton's. Dolly Parton has her own theme park.
And why would Somali in Hollywood be Sollywood when like India's is Bollywood? Like it's not.
Somalywood, you're right.
Somalywood.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right.
Somali.
That was silly of
Perfect.
me to suggest Sollywood.
Perfect. What else? Oh, video game wise, I mean, there's a million things coming out that I'm looking forward to.
Where's your hat? Why don't you wear your hat?
Yours is here, mine's on the ground.
All right.
The big one for me personally is Judas, Mr. Ken Levine's game, which I hope is next year. The BioShock creator, his new game.
What is happening?
I just am beyond impatient for that.
Do we have to change this back? It's gonna be
Yep.
Yeah, I probably should do that at some point. GTA 6, obviously, if that hits next year, that's a big one I'm very interested in, especially because I am not really a big GTA guy, but I've been making my way
They're
through
gonna
them.
they're gonna extend that.
What do you mean?
They're gonna extend the release date for that, right?
Probably.
You think so?
Oh, like delay it?
Delay it, I think. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I don't know. I feel like Rockstar coming out and being like, hey, 2025, you know, probably in the fall. I just feel like them coming out and saying it when they didn't have to say anything would lead me to believe that they're
Committed.
confident enough. That game's going to make so much fucking money, though. Holy shit.
That game's gonna break records.
Insane.
people who never played video games will buy it.
We'll go buy it. Yeah.
How many
I
people
know
are
I'm gonna buy it.
chilling in the strip club, huh?
I can't wait.
What?
How many people are gonna be chilling in the strip club
Are
online?
you gonna be chilling in the strip club online?
Chilling.
I can't wait
You're
to be
not
in
serious
some-
today.
I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot up the strip club.
I can't wait. Okay,
that,
well,
that I'm serious about.
Okay. Oh my
I
god.
can't wait to be in a Vice City whorehouse and just fucking
What is happening right now?
going to work.
I'm gonna clip that out of context, and you're gonna sound like a
Oops.
crazy,
Like a
crazy
crazy
murderer.
person.
When we get in the lap dance, and then go
He just goes,
Stick him up.
stick them.
just leaves it on his
He
leg.
leaves it on his leg. That's funny.
She goes, no touching. He goes,
But so yeah, what are you guys looking forward to?
Dude, this is evil. This is evil.
Listen,
what we're doing.
listen,
She
Grand
thinks,
Theft Auto
she
is,
thinks you're touching her, and she looks down. She goes, "No touching."
What the hell is wrong with you? Can you stop them?
What do you mean stop them?
we don't
Stop
have to,
them.
listen, we don't have to keep any of this in.
This is a there's very weird energy going
There's
on.
a very, very weird energy, especially emanating from this guy. What the hell is
But,
wrong with you?
And so anyways, what's everybody else looking forward to?
What is everyone else looking forward to? The game show, Mark.
That's a guy who doesn't have an answer.
What am I looking forward to? I mean, in life, I'm looking forward to having a family.
Sure, let's broaden it out. Let's broaden it out because so far you guys are giving me fucking nothing.
Listen, I'm looking forward to currently. I mean, hopefully being in a relationship sometime soon. Maybe who
Pause.
knows? I mean,
But
sure.
that's too long term. Let me give a short term one.
A
and then we can
girlfriend
go
is not
long-term
long term
one.
for me. I don't think.
Oh,
For me,
Could be soon.
you're right. You're right.
Could be soon. Could be long.
long term. He's telling you it's long term.
Oh, that's way out.
Come on, Mark.
thinking
That's
the
way
family
out.
thing.
That's not even.
That just registered. I was thinking of your family comment
What family comment?
of like I'm looking forward. to
Oh
having
yeah, that's
family.
way out.
I'm looking forward to the cottage. Yeah.
Matty said only media.
We're going to the cottage. He didn't say only media.
I said we could broaden it out afterwards, and I'm happy to broaden it out now.
What do you mean?
'cause-
What do we? It's a conversation.
Because-
fucking a guideline.
We can
talk
listen.
wherever.
We can go back to media, but I'm fine to broaden
Let's
it out.
talk
'cause
about
like I
donkeys. We can talk about whatever.
Because like I said, you guys are giving me nothing so far. So yeah, I'll
I'm
take
going.
cottage. Let's do cottage.
I'm
Wait,
going.
wait, wait.
No,
Wait,
I was
let me
going.
I want to talk about the cottage first, and we can go.
I'm
long-term
sorry. I was
stuff.
talking about what I was looking forward to, and then what you just want to jump in and take it over.
Yeah, because it's long term.
No, but I was gonna say other shit too.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm looking forward to graduating next year and starting
It's
to
still
work.
long term, bro. I'm talking about
Next
in the next
year?
2 weeks, bro.
That's not, college is the next 2 weeks.
I'm sorry. Do we have to do it in chronological order? What's coming up next? Like, I don't get you. I don't get it.
You're right. You're right.
Listen, I'm excited
He's
to.
right.
I'm excited to be a teacher. I'm gonna be a teacher next year. Hopefully, start a job in the next year or two. I'm excited for that. That's about it.
So the cottage.
So the cottage.
I'm very excited about that as well.
So where are we going? We're going to Muskoka.
Collingwood, right next to Minnesota. Right next, not Collingwood. What's it called? Bracebridge.
He booked it.
Which is right next.
You
which
booked
is.
it.
I don't know why he asked me then. It's
I
right
booked
next.
it, and
it's
I
right. It's
I
right
booked
next
it,
to
and I
Muskoka.
put Muskoka in the
So-
search
It's right
bar.
next to Muskoka.
What's happening with this whole engagement party?
All
thing?
right. So I have an
This is
engagement.
I'm sorry. This is so stupid. You shouldn't even be considering going to this engagement.
Okay,
party,
pause. Let me just explain. So I have a family friend.
Just so you know, I'm not accepting any explanation, but go ahead.
Yeah, me neither.
So
You
I
can
have
say
a
that they're
friend-
dying tomorrow.
Really?
And then I say,
Come
well,
on, stop being
they're dying
hyperbolic.
tomorrow, not in 3 weeks at the cottage. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a family friend. He proposed to the love of his life, and they had an informal engagement party. But I was informed that in Egyptian culture there has to be this formal one.
So wait. So there's an informal engagement party, formal engagement party, wedding. There's three celebrations.
Formal wedding, informal wedding. Okay.
You just said informal engagement party, formal engagement party, wedding party.
Wedding and then wedding reception.
Would it be a
What's going on?
Would it be a possibility if you just couldn't go? You were busy.
I was looked
It
in
is
the
in
eye.
fact a possibility because he is busy and he's going to be at the cottage.
Well, I got looked in the eye
Yeah.
with an almost deathly stare and
Yeah.
was told you have to go
But why?
Booked a trip. Can't.
because it's a special
Say,
occasion with their family.
and then you go, I'm $300 down the drain. I gotta go.
But you said it's a family friend,
Booked a trip. Can't.
Yeah.
so it's not even like
Book your
an
trip,
aunt
Yeah, it's just a family friend.
or like.
Well, this is an individual I've known for more than a decade now.
What's
so
their middle name?
They're as close to family as
What's their middle
one
name?
could get, I guess.
What's their
I
middle
guess.
name?
Huh?
What's their middle name?
What's their middle name?
Doesn't know.
Genuinely don't know, actually.
Not
I
clue,
just
huh? Not a
can't
clue,
I don't
huh?
know his middle name.
I can't believe you're actually toying with the idea of driving
Here's the
there on
advantage.
Friday,
I can't imagine a single
leaving
advantage.
Saturday morning, coming back Saturday night, and then going home Monday.
That sounds super. Honestly, I'm not even trying to pull anyone's leg here. That sounds so reasonable to me.
You're
Yeah,
gonna,
That sounds
you're
so.
gonna have,
That's the advantage of being at Muskoka.
You're
We're only
gonna be
2
driving-
hours away
you're gonna be-
from
You're gonna be
no
driving.
advantage.
You're gonna be
home.
driving for
There's no
about. You're gonna be driving for about 5 hours that day.
You're gonna be Friday.
That's
You're gonna be
fine.
there. Okay, so you're gonna have one half day. You're gonna have no day on Saturday until you get back at nighttime. Sucks. Sunday, one full day. Monday, bye bye.
Listen,
Bye bye.
You'll have our
how,
crosses
many,
to
how, many,
bear.
how many days is he getting in total?
He's getting like one full day,
And a half.
2 days total maybe.
2 days, and you guys are getting 3. So
No, we're getting Friday.
When do we get
I'm
in
gonna be with you on
Friday?
Friday.
Then we get Saturday. and
When do
get
we
Sunday.
get in
We can
Friday?
get there early on Saturday for
Monday?
it to be a
Friday?
full
We
day.
can. I think we can request an earlier check-in. maybe
Sure.
like noon
And when
or
do we have to
something.
be out Monday?
Probably
No
like
idea.
noon.
Probably like noon. We can request a later checkout.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I guess. Listen, you do what you got to do, and we'll see.
It's
what
not the
happens.
worst thing in the
What time can we
world,
check
right?
in? What time can we check in on Friday?
Well, let's find out. Let's message the people afterwards and be like,
Let's
can we
go
have an earlier
earlier.
check-in? I want to get there like noon.
Yeah,
I want to
let's
leave
spend
at
the day
like
Friday.
9:30. Get there at noon.
Let's leave at 6 a.m. I want to spend the whole day on Friday. Why not? I mean,
6
let-
a.m.?
They're not gonna let us check in that early.
Why
but
not?
Oh, what? 6 a.m.
because
I've
most
never heard
likely
of
there's-
that.
Most likely
6
there's
a.m.?
other
Not
people
6 a.m.
there.
We'd get there for like 9:30.
Okay.
It's most likely there's
Maybe.
other people there that have to be out at a certain time. Then they have to get it cleaned and then let us come.
This is true. Yeah, it depends on like.
But let's
their
just see how
schedule.
early because I'd like to go early. I don't want to be there late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we could get there middle of the day, and that'll be fine.
Listen, all I'm saying is you do what you got to do, and if you can't get out of this thing, that's
Yeah.
it is what it is.
He
but
can't get out of it though.
To me,
Could
it's
definitely
just
get out of it.
very
I'm not gonna
odd.
try.
The whole thing. Honestly, I
Yeah.
just feel like you need to go and then just be like, there's car troubles. I can't leave.
Yeah.
I would feel bad doing.
No, you wouldn't. You
I
literally
would.
wouldn't. You literally wouldn't.
The other
For
thing
the,
you guys
the
are
very
considering
second
is
you said
that
it, you'd be like, "Oh, I feel bad," and then you're gonna forget about it and go have fun.
You know,
Did
you know,
you
you know
go
why
to
you
the
should feel bad
informal
because
engagement
you're leaving your vacation with your friends that we booked.
Yeah, and plus
That's
you're
why you should
leaving.
feel bad.
You're leaving.
Listen, it was
You're
a
going away. You're going to
miscommunication.
Saskatchewan. You're gonna really ruin this weekend with your friends.
Did you go?
Wow,
to the
this is
informal-
becoming really hostile.
I-
I'm gonna ruin the weekend.
I just think
You're
you
gonna
could-
see, you're
I
gonna
just-
see them at the wedding.
I just
anyways.
think you could. Yeah, I just think you could easily get out of this thing like pretty easily.
Did you go to the
I didn't get that
informal engagement party?
I went to the informal.
Patrick.
So my attitude personally is, as far as I'm concerned, you've already been to an engagement party, and I assume
Exactly.
you're going to be at the
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will,
Gives them-
he will though.
I feel like weaseling out of.
You know what you're gonna do?
I don't know if I will be though.
Patrick,
Patrick, you're
If
gonna
I'll
show
be
up.
Saskatchewan.
You're gonna show up.
tell him, hey, engagement party. Fuck them.
You're gonna show up. You're gonna show up, and there's gonna just be people eating cupcakes and hanging out, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, congrats!"
You're gonna have
and then
one-
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
Yeah,
have-
but
you're gonna have
guys,
3
this
words with
isn't
a
just
max.
someone
Hey,
I know. This is
congratulations,
someone
guys.
I feel for. Like I love this person. You know what I'm saying?
What are the
Nah.
odds?
This isn't just some random
What
person.
are the odds there's talent for you at this engagement party?
Very low.
Really?
Actually, not that low.
That's even less reason to go.
That's actually not that low. I
Don't people-
reevaluated.
Don't people normally like meet at weddings and shit like
Maybe
that?
So they normally
it's a
do it.
possibility. It's not a wedding though, but yeah, it's a possibility.
That's true.
But yeah, so
Listen,
that's,
I'm just-
that's the deal.
I could be told, "Hey, look, there's an emergency." Last night I booked it. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Sorry,
Booked it.
there's an emergency.
We need you. We need you.
booked.
Yeah, listen, we booked it. I don't have a lot of
When I
wiggle
get back,
room.
we can figure it out.
But
So
but
your car doesn't get a flat tire up there, huh?
well, I'm looking forward to the cottage.
Yeah, you are.
Whatever happens that weekend, I'm
You know
looking
what's
forward to.
What if we sloice his tire?
Sloice.
So he can't leave.
You guys are scaring me a little
Sloice.
bit. You guys are scaring me.
Well, I'm glad you're looking forward to the.
Kais
the
is
wedding.
coming.
The,
Oh, is
he?
he coming for sure?
I don't think
Who
Nick's
knows?
gonna come.
We have no confirmation on anybody because we just don't. Liam, Merritt, Kais, Vinnick can't commit.
Why are
to
people
anything.
so I was gonna say incompetent, but that's not it.
Wishy-washy.
Sure.
That sounded
Insane
racist.
I feel like we're talking like we're talking.
Wishy-washy.
We're literally talking within a few weeks. Like you can't figure out what's going on. In a few
Yeah,
weeks.
it's wow. It's in 2 weeks, I think, right?
Yeah, you
Ah,
like how could you not commit to something in a couple weeks from now? Like figure it out.
What's it like being stupid?
Yeah, get your life together. Well, I mean, Merrick committed a long time ago, right?
It's just a money thing.
Why
for
are we
him.
so non-committal?
It's just a money thing for Merrick because he has 0.
He has $0.
Yeah, why are we exposing him like that?
Just kidding, he doesn't have
He has 0
$0.
Canadian
He
dollars.
doesn't have $0. He just needs to get a job first.
Does he have a certain amount of schmeckles? Or whatever they use in Poland? I don't know.
Schmeckles.
What do they use in
Specs?
Poland?
I would assume the euro.
No, it's
100%.
Zvote.
Oh, zloty. Yeah, you're right.
Zloty.
Zloty, something like that.
I remember that zlotys. I remember that.
Zlotys?
Yeah, because in The Pianist, the Nazis take over Warsaw, and they go, "How many zlotys do you have?"
Yeah.
I think it was Zvote.
Nice.
Something like that.
Made up currency.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to
All
fucking.
right. Well, this topic has sucked. Anything else we want to do
I liked
before
it.
we get out of here?
I had
Whose
fun.
fault is that? Whose fault is that? I was
Was,
blaming
any-
somebody.
was
Hold on.
anybody else looking forward to anything?
No, I had fun. I like this
I've
topic.
I've been enjoying
You
watching
have fun?
Instagram posts that show me Skyrim nostalgia, and I'm looking forward to them posting.
Oh, dude, you posted one on your story. I was like, dude, who's this nerd? He posted Skyrim on
you
his
love
story.
Skyrim. I don't know what you're talking about. Who's
I
this
was like,
nerd?
who's this nerd, bro? This guy's posting Skyrim on his story. No one's gonna back me up here.
Usually he posts disgusting propaganda on there.
Hey?
Everybody, check out Malcolm's
Disgusting
Instagram stories.
propaganda.
Check out Malcolm's Instagram stories for some disgusting propaganda.
Usually it's a mic hanging like this, and Malcolm's rapping
Dude, why didn't we go watch A Quiet Place yesterday?
because there was no times other than like 10:30,
Oh, yeah.
10:20.
I would still like to because I hear it's quite good and I am looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
Also, Malcolm already watched it, so if we watch it, we should probably go without his dirty ass.
I'll go with you.
Bitch.
I'm not gonna enjoy it anymore the second time.
Oh.
You didn't like it?
Not really.
My coworker also told me it wasn't very good, and so that's why I'm just like not
Listen,
super
Which
excited to watch it.
coworker
No
is this?
spoilers.
Is
It's
this the
very
idiot
slow.
one?
No.
Oh.
The story isn't connected to the other movies, and I just didn't. It just didn't go anywhere. Didn't like it.
You didn't go anywhere?
Didn't go anywhere.
That seems really unlikely.
See, it's interesting because all,
Went
the,
nowhere.
Okay, we'll
all
go
the
watch
buzz
it. Go
about
watch it, and then you'll be like, "Oh wow, that went nowhere."
But all the buzz about it has been good.
Yeah.
I just think that I want to watch a new IP. I don't want to watch a fucking third movie in a only Maxine.
Oh, I was gonna say
third movie.
Maxine.
You know why though? You know why though?
Why?
Because I feel like there's more to be told with that story, whereas this is just going back to what we already know fucking happened.
What's more to be told of that story, though?
No, like I want to see what she's doing with her actual acting career in
Honestly,
Hollywood now,
when this-
as opposed to this is like.
But isn't it a different person?
No, it's the same person. It's the girl from X.
But it's
It's called Maxine. Oh, so that her name?
Maxine Minx was her name. In
Oh, that's
X.
right. That's right.
That's the same girl from X.
the same chick from the 70s in
That wasn't the 70s. The
Yeah, it
first one
was.
was placed not in the 70s, was it?
X.
It
Yeah.
was.
X was placed in the
70s
70s.
porn
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess this one is. I
And
don't know
then
when this one's placed.
Pearl's like 19.
I
it's
know-
World War
Pearl's
One.
not
whatever.
Maxine though.
No, Pearl's the old lady.
Pearl's the old
Pearl's the
lady.
lady.
That I
No,
know,
but
but
I'm
I was
saying-
under the assumption that they were doing the same thing, where it's Mia Goth playing a different character.
No, her name is
again.
Maxine
Okay,
Minx,
okay,
and
just
and
continuation.
Maxine Minx is the same name as the girl, the porn star from X.
So it's like after X.
So are
it's
they
her, it's her.
related then, or something?
Same girl, dude.
He's saying
Then
same
how
girl.
does she look the exact same, like 50 years later?
I don't think it's set. in
Wait, when's
2024.
it
we,
set?
don't even know, we don't know the timeline. We don't know anything.
We don't know anything about this
Yeah,
movie.
I don't know.
clearly.
I'm pretty
Curious
sure.
now.
I'm pretty sure it's not set 50
Before-
years later.
Before we move on to the next topic, what I didn't like in general about the new
1980s
Quiet Place,
Hollywood. That's why.
Ah,
So it's like 20. It's like
interesting.
10
Thanks.
years after. Sorry. So yeah,
It's okay,
it is the
it's okay.
same girl. Anyway, the point is, I don't. There's nothing else I need to see or I want to see in the Quiet Place universe. Like we've seen two different time points. And I'm not curious to see the breakout because I could just picture what happened. Like, oh, aliens landed or they fucking came from the water or whatever, and then they spread. Like, I'm not interested in seeing a different story in that same universe. We've seen two already. This, I feel like it's just it's going to be a continuation where I want to see what happens to her and like the end of her story.
because she
in
got
particular.
out, she got away.
She did get away, but I want to see if that's going to haunt her somehow. It's going to come back to her. She's going to get it, like, you know. Anyway,
As I was saying, kind of going off what Mark said, I feel like I already saw a day one kind of thing in A Quiet Place, because in the second movie they show what happens when they're at the baseball game and all the meteors are falling.
They do a little
People are
piece of
going
that,
crazy and like they're hiding and stuff. They're getting used to what's going
on
on.
the street they're running and shit.
And this to me was just like, well, now they're just gonna show it in the city and kind of like only based off of like one person's perspective.
You know what it felt like to me? Just when I got announced and I saw some clips of it, I'm like, just feels like such a just like an easy money grab. It's just like, oh, it's a popular IP now, and people are just gonna watch it, even though it's not. There's nothing interesting to add necessarily, or not that. I don't know, because it's like, I don't know many people who are like, oh, I want to see what happened in the beginning. It's like, because again, we saw that clip of it.
Oh, that's so my shit.
Oh, well, I think
It's
you're
like
the
a
only one here,
personal
though.
thing, but I love post-apocalyptic media generally, but specifically, I always love the element. I mean, same with like The Last of Us or something, where it's like I love like ground zero when everything goes to shit.
Yeah, but they already explore it a little bit in that one. So I just don't know what else there would be interesting to watch in the Outbreak, I guess. But
Well, let's go watch.
Let's have the part 2 of this conversation after we watch it, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. With Maxine, it's a different thing where the buzz has been lesser on that as far as I'm aware.
I don't think the reviews have been out, are they?
I think so.
What did they get on
come
stuff?
out? Did it come out already?
I think it just came out like this weekend.
I don't think Maxine's
Surely
out
the
yet.
reviews would
Can
be
you
out
name
by
any?
now,
Like, what
right?
reviews are you talking
I
about
don't
that
think
didn't
Maxine's
do?
out yet.
What buzz?
Wait,
are you
no, it
talking
is
about?
out yet. What am I talking about?
What does it have on stuff? Pretty average.
I was trying to see. I could have sworn there was an IGN review.
What did the other movies get? What movies? Like X and Pearl. 'Cause I think it's interesting to see relative what it
Maybe
got.
it
Because I
did.
don't think X and Pearl did very great in general either.
They were good movies though.
I like them.
Rotten Tomatoes, you fucking. Excuse me.
Also, in general, I don't really give a shit what it got because it's T.I. West who directed the first two, and I like those two, so I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Does it have related things that would help if it did? Of course not, because that would make life easier.
What are you looking for?
I was just trying to see if it had X and Pearl on here.
You can just search it up, no? On the tab there, like Pearl.
Sure, Pearl will come up. X wasn't coming up for some.
Pearl did better.
92. Get the fuck out of here. X just doesn't want to fucking pop up. You suck, fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's also because I don't really like. I think X and Pearl are kind of fine. So it's like that, I guess, goes into it. Where with Maxi, I'm just kind of like, more whatever, But I'm sure we'll get to both at some point.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
And this sucked. Moving on.
If you're ready, come and get it.
Yo, Tyler, bro, we played. You know how many times we played that song today?
Water?
Water. We played.
Are you guys?
Yeah.
Make me say.
We went to help Kais move today. Dude, I'm exhausted. By the way, how are you
I'm
feeling right
exhausted.
now?
I'm exhausted.
I asked
I
him
have
if you
Mark's-
guys did it pro bono. He's like, what?
We did a pro. You don't know what pro bono?
Didn't know what
is?
pro bono meant.
Oh. We did a pro bono.
Like
Yeah.
just for free, just as volunteering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We,
did
got
pro bono.
food, so technically not
Oh,
pro
okay.
bono.
I get. Well, I mean,
Paid by.
that was
paid
nice
food.
of them.
Paid
Yeah.
by food, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good
Was
food.
it good? Was it good food?
It was Afghani food.
I literally
love
couldn't. I
Afghani
literally
food.
couldn't finish it. I was so.
It was
full.
so much.
What was
Dude,
it?
Afghani food, they always put 5 pounds of rice.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
5
like,
pounds
it's
of
like,
rice.
It's like a long rice.
Three,
It's like, yeah,
three
the
pieces of
little
meat,
strands.
and then a little bit of salad.
What kind of meat?
There was chicken, and then I think it was
And
lamb.
beef.
Oh man, I love
Was
it.
it lamb?
It was lamb.
I thought that was
Afghani
beef.
food is one
It
of
was
the
delicious.
Afghani food is one of my favorite cuisines. I just love it. It's delicious. It's simple.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Favorites, huh?
Up there.
Yeah.
Top 5 for sure.
Top 5 Afghani.
Top 5 for me. Italian. Afghani.
Top 5 Afghani. Italian.
Afghani.
That's a crazy
no,
like
in
order.
No particular order.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying. Italian, Afghani. I'm gonna go Greek. I like Greek food.
Yeah.
I would go potentially. I like the Thai house a lot. So Thai
Don't
food
let me
maybe
down, bro.
Put up there.
Don't let me down. How can I let him down?
He's about to- he's
Is it-
about
Yeah,
to
of course,
let
I gotta
you
say
down.
Egyptian food.
Yeah,
as well.
there you go. Yeah,
I
yeah,
grew up with it, and my grandma makes fantastic stuff.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we were lifting such heavy. I have marks on my chest
Mm.
of the things we were lifting.
Let's take a look.
What?
Cut the
Let's cut to a clip.
Cut. To a clip.
That's Patrick going.
It was kind of a roller coaster of a day. I also, I'm embarrassed to say, I clogged the toilet in their new house. They were moving.
Let's
from one
talk
house.
about this, dude. Can we talk about this?
They were moving from one house to the next,
Can we talk about toilets?
and I clogged it.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's not gonna be my. Okay, sure, we can talk about toilets.
Can we just make this? This is gonna be what I want to talk about.
Sure, go
And
ahead.
we can just interject and
Okay,
we can
yeah,
go back to
we can
whatever
go
we
back and
wanna
forth.
talk about. Yeah. To me, toilets are very like I'm very picky about toilets.
Okay.
There's so many toilets that you go to, and if you want to go number 2, you take a dump, and you go to flush it, and it's like this slow,
Dude.
right? And it's like, in what world is it ever gonna suck anything down there? Like you gotta have like the airport, or like on the plane, it's just like it's like a jet. It's
Yeah.
like that's what
High
I want in
pressure.
every house, bro.
High pressure.
'Cause
Didn't
sometimes-
we
let's say-
already talk about this?
Let's say you had a
The high
bad
pressure
day.
toilets?
I think we
I
talked
don't
about
think we
bidets.
have.
I think if you
I
had
guess.
if you have a really bad day, and you're in there, and you have like you got a big boy in there, like
Yeah.
a burrito sized, fella.
Burrito size.
You never know.
I've never in my life had a burrito size.
Maybe
shit.
maybe corn on the cob.
Maybe corn on the
Maybe a corn on the cob. Maybe a beer can, a short beer can. But then
They're not
you go
that
to
big.
flush. You go to flush sometimes, and it just doesn't go down. My house, we have decent plumbing, and it just I barely ever clogged my house toilet.
I'm not trying to out Kais or anything.
Please do.
But that was the smallest toilet
Yeah.
I've ever.
Okay, first of all,
aside from kindergarten
Kais'
Yeah,
toilets,
for kids. Yeah. Listen, toilets are a very big topic for me, and I just think that there's so many whack toilets out there, and I think the ones you're talking about are the ones I've seen in many houses. They look like children's toilets. They're tiny,
it looked like a
and
children's
there's
toilet.
barely any pressure when you
Yeah,
flush.
yeah, yeah.
Of course, you're gonna clog it. A baby could clog that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
The trick I use
And
is
then-
I
and
just,
I did
I just
clog it,
hold
so.
I just hold the thing
Sure.
for a little bit longer, and
Yeah.
I usually find that it flushes a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Plungers are not fun to use. I don't know if you've ever used one.
I use
You
it all
get
the
in.
time.
You get in there. But the thing, here's my question. This may be a stupid question, and I want maybe if anyone in the comments could let me know if no one here knows. So after you use a plunger, just poop all over that thing, right? Just poop all over it. You just used it inside the toilet, right? There's shit all over the plunger.
I mean, usually
How do you clean
flush
it?
again.
Okay,
and you let
this
the
I
water go all over
definitely
it.
know we talked
How
about.
do you?
Yeah, we did talk
We
about
did, we
this.
did
How,
talk
how,
about
how
this.
did we how do you clean it?
We did talk about this.
How do
Didn't
we clean
Malcolm,
it?
didn't you say you flushed the toilet with it in there so that it like
Not
Yeah,
enough. What if it's stuck to the?
No, it's not enough, but who gives a shit? I throw it in the corner anyways.
So it's just shit. So that's the thing. I think a lot of people have a plunger in the corner of their bathroom and it's just covered in shit and there's
a
shit all over the floor.
plunger or the like thing with the bristles?
No, like
Plunger.
if you have a clog, the bristles ain't gonna do it. You gotta clog it.
Oh.
Dude.
My move. I'm in the bathroom and there's a bathtub in there, so I use it. Right, it's covered in the chocolate. I turn the shower on.
Dude, how can you ever take a bath in there ever again, or
Knowing your
take a
shit's
shower?
full.
No. You do what Malcolm's saying.
Yeah.
You do the toilet thing first.
Okay.
You try to get as much of it off as possible,
Yeah.
and then you just gotta go turn the faucet on as hard as you can on the bathtub. Then you clean the bathtub after. That's literally the only thing you can
I'm
do.
not contaminating another part of the
Yeah,
bathroom. I'll
contaminate your
the
floor with
corner.
shit. There's shit all over your floor.
I'm not stepping in that corner. I'm not using my hands in that corner. There's
smells like
nothing
shit.
in that corner except the shitty
Yo,
plunger.
you're kind of cooking.
It smells like
He's
shit
kinda
though.
cooking.
It smells like shit in the corner.
He's kind of cooking though.
It smells like poop in the corner.
I hate to say this, but I've had times where I've had to plunge the toilet.
Yep.
And it squirts
And
out on your face.
a little squirts.
Ah, no way.
On your face? Sometimes on my
What do you-
face,
you go,
on my arm. I have to go quickly wash it with soap. What's
What
this?
are you doing, man?
As a man that does a lot of construction,
Man's trying to
deliveries and
trying to
stuff like
find
that-
one we talked about it. We can move on.
Dude.
All right, Patrick, what did you want to talk
As-
about?
Sorry,
Yeah.
let me go first.
Go ahead.
As a man that does a lot of construction deliveries and going to houses and stuff, there's not always bathrooms I can use when I really, really gotta take a shit.
Okay.
And so there's always porta potties.
Why
which
can't
I
you use them?
fucking-
Oh, they're just
'cause
not
there's no
functional.
there's no bathrooms.
Mm.
So there's usually porta potties, which I fucking despise.
I've never
Uh.
used one before.
They
What's that
smell
like?
it's the worst thing ever, especially in the hot summer when there's fucking shit down there and it's 30 degrees outside and it's steaming
Just
in there. You
cooking
walk
in
in
there.
and it's just humidity.
just fermenting.
Oh!
Humidity and shit hitting you in the face.
This is
And
bubbling.
Just
I
fermenting.
have to go like this, and then I have to line the toilet seat with a shit ton of toilet paper.
I
If
can't
I can
believe
even
you do
think
that.
about using the
Just
that
squat.
bathroom.
Dude, yeah, sorry, finish.
And the other day, I was in one at a construction site, and I looked at the ground, and there's a fucking condom on the floor in this
Hell
porta
yes.
potty, which means 2 people on that job site were fucking in the porta potty.
Hell yes.
What are you thinking? In the it smells like shit. It
You gotta
smells
do what you gotta
shit.
do, bro.
You gotta do what you gotta
down
do.
bad. You're down bad.
You know what's bullshit?
Have you? Yeah.
Sometimes
just gonna say
a feeling
quickly-
takes over you. You know.
there were multiple places, not so much in London, but specifically in Paris, where they were like charging people for using
They
the
do that in
bathrooms.
Europe. They say if you're not a customer, it's actually starting to happen here more. I'll go downtown Toronto. It's like if you're not
buy
paying
something?
for anything, you can't use the bathroom.
No, that's fine. But we were in like a public mall, and like the bathrooms were like gated off, and it was like 70 cents to like use the bathroom. And then in Paris, we did like a fucking boat cruise little thing that all it did was just kind of go like up and down the fucking it's not the Seine, whatever the fuck the river there is in Paris. It just basically went like up and down it and past all the like main landmarks, and there were no fucking bathrooms on the boat, and it was like an hour ride. So after it, my dad and I both had to piss, and there were some porta potties off to the side. They were clean, they didn't stink, like they were fine porta potties. But my dad and I go walking over, and this guy came like running to stop us, and he's like, there's like a little bucket hanging on a fence with a little sign that my dad and I didn't notice. And this guy came running over, and he's like, hey, like it's €1 per person to use the fucking bathroom.
Wow.
And I had like it's not a toonie there, but I had like a €2 coin on me. I was like, oh, okay. And I just like threw it in the fucking bucket. And I'm like, we just paid for your boat thing, which didn't have any toilets on it. And now we're just trying to use porta potties, not a bathroom, porta potties. And you're charging us like $1 a person?
Dude,
the fuck is that?
It costs money to clear those things out.
That's part of everything else.
Wait,
Why
is it-
should that be part of it?
Yeah, it was kind
You
of.
threw the change into a bucket?
I thought you
It
threw
was
in his
literally just
face.
like a little basket, like
Fine.
hanging on a fence with a sign above it that was like €1.
That guy doesn't work there. He just
Use
made
the
that.
bathroom.
he just literally drew €1 and just threw it on there.
No, like the guy, because there was a bunch of people who worked there standing like off to the side on the dock or wherever the fuck like the boat was parked. Because we actually walked by him on the way to the bathroom, because my dad and I didn't know where the bathrooms were, so we asked like 2 or 3 different people, and he was one of the people that pointed us and was like, oh, it's like the porta potties over there. So we're like, okay, but he didn't fucking say anything. And then we go walking over, and then he's like pointing at the sign and being like, oh, it's €1 per person to fucking take a piss.
He elbows his buddy. He goes, you want to see me make a fool out of 2 Canadian assholes?
And I was like, what the fuck?
When I was in Hungary, I stopped at a gas station like super far out in the country. It was like it was kind of like an on route here, but over there, and it was smaller. And it was like a carnival ride to get into the bathroom. They had those like little spinning gate things that you walk through. You have to put a coin. That's the only way you can get to the bathroom. It's fucking bullshit. I just want to take a pee. I just want to pee.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I get at a restaurant or even like a fucking Subway or something where they're like, hey, the bathroom's for customers only. I get it. If I walked in and was in like a I'm about to shit my pants situation though, like if they were gonna be stingy about
What
it,
if you
I'd
have
be
change
like,
on you? What
Yeah,
if you
what if you don't
live
have
there
change,
and you
yeah.
just don't have change for a minute, and it's like your kid wants to take a shit, and it's like, what now? What?
Pee outside.
Yeah, I guess.
I just
Public urination.
that
Yep.
to me though is
Charged.
insane. About like not you can't use the bathroom unless you're a customer. That I get, but like at a fucking like imagine being at Square One and it was like throw in a loony to be able to like piss. Like, are you
I
kidding
want
me?
to pee
Do you guys
outside.
know how higher class restaurants well, not necessarily just higher class restaurants, but in select areas there are the seat covers where you know how you would put toilet paper to
Yeah,
cover
yeah,
the
I know
seat.
it, yeah.
They have like these seat covers where you pull it out and it like has the
One
shape
isn't
of
enough. One isn't enough. Those things are so fucking thin.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say that I was at a restaurant recently and they had them and I kept pulling them out. I had no idea how to use them. So I kept breaking them. I throw it in the toilet, break another one, I throw it. I got through, I'm not even kidding. The toilet flushed twice, full of them. And I still couldn't figure it out. And I was like, screw this. I'm going to put toilet paper.
Jesus,
I was
Christ.
so frustrated. How do you use those things?
It's
I have
you
I have
pull it
no
out and
idea
it's
what you're
like-
talking
You
about.
kind of
Yeah.
like push it out the middle because it's like a
Yeah.
small attachment, and then it turns into like a place where you go poopy.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is alien.
I
to
kept
me.
trying to rip it up. And it was so
Stupid.
delicate that the part that was supposed to cover the seat kept breaking.
Also, it's
And I
so
had to-
thin that
spike
if
it in
you
the
put that
toilet.
on the toilet seat, if there's someone pissed all over it, you're still gonna get wet.
Well, that's why you have to do a quick wipe of the toilet seat to make sure it's dry.
Isn't it crazy that you have to do that as a person? You have to wipe someone else's piss off the toilet seat to use the washroom.
Welcome to Paris.
Someone-
Hey, mister. Hey,
That's
mister.
That's what they're doing there. They're going,
You remember this action? Tell me what this reminds you of. What does that remind you of?
I don't know.
The button that you have to press. That you do with your foot.
Oh, I always do the button with my foot
Oh.
in like a public.
No, there's a
washroom.
particular washroom I'm referring to, and Mark knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're such a jerk, bro.
I thought you were talking about it first, like in Japan, where I'm pretty sure there's a video I saw where it's like a public bathroom in Japan has basically just like like a thin sheet of plastic over the seat, but you push a button
Oh,
and then
I've
it like
seen that.
rotates in
Love
a
it.
new layer
Oh,
of
Love
plastic.
the Japanese.
But yeah, so anyways, cutting back in, Japan, they're fucking ahead of the game with most things. but
Yeah,
that's
it's not
probably-
cool to hate on races, but it's cool to love races, and
I
I
was
love.
like, where is he going?
And I-
with this?
Who's hating races?
and I love
Japan
Japan.
is
No
an
one. I'm not
exception.
saying anyone is. I'm just saying I love Japanese.
I love
people.
Japan.
I'm pretty sure Japan too. I think it was Japan had some public bathroom out in a park where it was like basically in like it was a big glass cube, but when you went in to use it, it like
Blurred.
tinted
kinda.
the windows or blurred it or whatever, so that you
that's cool.
couldn't see its
Those are
side.
cool.
And I could be dreaming, but I think the way it worked is once you were done, you would walk out and it would just like blast the whole fucking thing with like hoses, like as if it was like a fire anti-suppression or like a anti-fire suppression thing.
Is the standard of living good in Japan?
I've heard it's incredible.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
They're doing something right over there.
They are doing something right. Well, I think a lot of it is to do with like their culture as well, because I've heard that Japanese fans and people are just always very like respectful and clean and tidy and whatever. Even at the World Cup, where they just fucking cleaning everything.
Yeah, I always do that.
That was their fans.
So I think so.
Japan's fans always after every game. So many people stay behind to just clean up the stands.
Yeah. So I think not only is there like they just have amazing infrastructure and everything is just super organized. It's just like their people are just very hardworking and they're very polite and nice. I think if they had a really nice stuff around them to use, but they were like, you know, dirty and not nice and like rude and whatever, then it wouldn't be good, you know. But I think they're just very kind people.
That'd be. I'm gonna stop myself right there.
Would that be what?
Japan-
Would that be somebody else you're saying?
No.
What's frustrating though is all that shit about Japan is true, and it's annoying because apparently lately, like, people have been getting really pissed in Japan about like so many tourists going there and like, you know, acting like fucking non-Japanese citizens and like littering and leaving bathrooms messy and all this shit, and it's like starting to piss people off so much there, and I'm like,
Wait, are the Japanese planning on doing a mass deportation?
no, but it's just like
I
I'm
heard the
not looking forward to like going to Japan hopefully in the next couple of years and like having people there be like either like give me the stink eye or, you know, making sure I'm not like acting up or whatever, because I'm very aware that I would be there and like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking throw my can on the street and like I'm not gonna piss everywhere in your bathroom.
You don't do that at home, right?
What?
You don't throw cans on the street at home, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I
I am
Well, you're not gonna be aware of it because you don't even like. That's
sure.
my
I
point.
get
Is
your
that it's
point.
not even your nature.
Yes,
to do
and that's
that.
what I'm saying. To me, it's like I could go there and be like, yes, I get it. I will be respectful here, kind of thing. But it's like, I just know that I would go in a couple of years, and there are definitely going to be people that look at me at some places and are like, oh, here comes another
Dude, I
one
heard
of these
that-
fucking guys.
I heard that Japan is paying people to move there and have kids with ladies because they
I
have
don't
a
know if that's
shortage.
true.
They have a shortage. Apparently, they have a shortage of lovemaking and baby having.
Yeah, Japan's population numbers have been a little fucked up for a while now.
There's a clip of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know, Larry David who did Seinfeld. There's a clip of him and like all his like friends from the show, and it's the top is that blurb of like, oh, they've been wanting to like people move there to have babies with Japanese ladies, and it's like them like speaking Japanese in an episode or whatever, and it's like all of them like kind of like speaking Japanese and agreeing that they got to move there.
Matty, are you gonna when you're saying thank you in Japan? Are you gonna do a little bow? No.
Definitely not.
You're gonna walk around with a gong.
Definitely not. I mean, I might hit people with like an arigato, but definitely not.
You have to go arigato.
Wait,
Yeah,
don't
I
they
did.
bow.
Well, I guess it's like greetings, yes, because they don't really do handshakes. It is more like the bow. That I think is fine. But I'm saying like if I was at a fucking convenience store and I was getting like a slushie, like I don't think I'd be hitting them with the full bow on the way out.
Arigato.
But
Like that.
Japan's interesting too with the money thing because like they do the whole thing, and I've even noticed it in some like bubble tea places and shit here. What? I've noticed it even too in some bubble tea places like in North America. They do a similar thing, so it must just be like a carryover where like if you're paying in cash or something, you don't hand the person the money. Like that's a faux pas there. Like
Why, was it dirty money?
I don't know what it is. Like the reasoning behind it. All I know is like their solution is usually there's just like a little like tray, and you put the money on the tray, and then like the fucking cashier takes the tray and then the money off of that, and like.
Are you sure they don't take the tray and douse it in disinfectant and then?
I mean, maybe that's an element of it, the cleanliness thing. But I think there's a different. I forget what it is, but there's some reason of like why it's considered rude or something to like just hand somebody your fucking cash.
Patrick, can I ask you where did I cut you off? What were you about to say before I started talking about toilets a long time ago?
Yeah,
I was
what's
about
your
to-
topic?
I was about to bring up football.
Football. What about
Shall we transition?
All right.
Shall we transition out
Let's
of
get it.
toilets to football?
Let's get into it. So first, I wanted to.
Uh-oh.
First,
What?
I wanted to.
Okay, now go.
First, I wanted to ask you guys.
Because when I'm editing the show, I'll have me go, wait a minute, or uh-oh, and then I'll do the transition, and then we'll come back to this.
All right.
Anyways, go ahead. Hell yes, dude. Anyways, go ahead.
That's good, brother.
So I know at this point we've all watched various amounts of the Euros. So can I get any thoughts? Does
Will
anyone
it
have
be
any thoughts on
over
it?
in 2 weeks when this comes out? I would assume
The
so.
finals
It'll
on
likely be
July
over.
14th.
Yeah.
Semi-finals are on Tuesday.
Yeah, then it'll be
We're
over.
watching
Yeah,
that?
it'll be over.
Yeah.
Because I have a day off on Tuesday.
Of what,
so I'm
Copa
gonna be
America
watching-
or?
No, Euros.
Oh, I'm gonna have to be watching that at work, unfortunately. But
Copa's
Wait,
at
it's
night.
during the week?
Tuesday is the semifinal. I don't know when the final is.
Oh, the final surely is the weekend.
Netherlands
Has
beat
to be.
Turkey, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's Netherlands, England, France, and Spain.
Yes.
yeah,
I think Spain's got it.
of those
I
of
think
those
Spain's
four,
awesome.
Spain is performing the best. France, hate to say it, is yet to score a regular goal. 2 own goals and penalties only for France.
So there's been so many penalties this year.
There's been tons of them. The top scorer in the Euros is own goals,
Hell yes.
and England is performing the absolute worst. I don't know how they made it as far as they have. They literally suck, and not only that, they're boring to watch. Like I can't watch
Because
the
they're
game.
not creating chances. They're just. I think there was a stat that came out where they're one of the worst teams this year for creating chances, and they have a crazy squad of goal scorers and like individual talent.
It seems like I'm assuming they've been defensively relatively sound, but they haven't been creating anything offensively. That's why they made it far, because they just squeak by through penalties or something.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Basically,
My dad
But
is
they-
always... Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I was gonna say, so they, like, you're saying they create low chances, but like you can't get to this point by being the worst team. You probably have to be decent at something. They're probably like good at
They're
defending.
good.
I guess.
They're not that they're a bad team. They're just
that's the thing.
boring. They don't create much, and they're not doing much.
Do
With
they
their
just, you think
chances.
do they think they're just playing too super safe?
I think their manager plays everything super safe. Like
a lot of people want
he doesn't try anything crazy. Like Cole Palmer, the young Premier League Player of the Year,
Put him
like
in,
one
like-
of the second top scorer behind Holland's. He's hardly getting any play time.
That's
And it was
kinda
only, It
crazy.
was only like the third game because
They put
there
him
was
in,
so
like-
much backlash
They put him in, like,
about
80th
him not
minute or
playing that he
something.
came on at like the 80th minute, and then he started I think the next game.
I remember when I watched that game when they put him in almost near the end. He like was like creating chances a little bit.
It was immediately different.
yeah,
Yeah,
It was, like, more
completely different
aggressive
game.
and-
Who did he take off?
Saka.
Saka scored recently though.
He did.
Yeah, he
just
scored. He
scored
scored like
against
last
Switzerland.
minute to win them the game.
Oh,
against
he was the
Switzerland.
one that. Well, that took them to penalties
Oh, I
because
see.
England won on penalties. That.
Mm.
Yeah.
My dad has always said that England is like the Maple Leafs of the soccer world, where it's like they have such a die-hard fan base, and they're like a good team, but they never fucking like they just can't like finish and complete a fucking like win anything, you know?
Yeah, well, because they have, to your point before, because they have quality players, they can get away with how they're playing, not creating a lot of chances and squeaking by.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
clearly-
any
it's
other
cl-
country, and we've seen it with other countries, like you can't. It's not going to cut it.
Honestly,
It's clearly a management issue how they're handling
I think
the
it
team.
is, yeah.
It's not a talent issue.
No.
The amount of incredible players that they have that play in the Premier League, which is the best league in the world, like they have lots of people.
Yeah.
I just think I guess they're not using the players right or organizing them right.
As for like France, I don't know what the issue is. It's not a talent issue. There's tons of talent. It's not a manager issue because they won the World Cup. They went into the next World Cup final. Like they have good players, and they just can't finish the ball. They tied Canada before the Euros started.
Canada's in the semifinals, baby. Copa
Whoa.
America.
And the second that game finished, my grandpa said Canada's gonna have a really good run in the Copa America, and France is gonna have a really hard time going forward in the Euros. And that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Do we think Canada can squeak it out against
No.
Argentina?
Against
I want
Argentina?
them to because
that's
I think
tough.
screw Pessy, but
I think they.
I'm glad he said that. You finish your point, and then that's
Sure.
going to go
I think
into
they-
what.
I mean, what was the first score of the Argentina first
2-0.
Canada 2-0 thing?
not
I
bad.
remember when I was watching it, it was like relatively competitive, so it didn't seem like a blowout.
That's
so
what
maybe
everyone
they
said
could-
to
First
me.
half they didn't get scored on.
That's what everyone said to me, that
It
it
was
was competitive
competitive?
and
Yeah.
Canada was creating chances, and it could have gone.
They
a
could have
different
easily
direction
scored a goal or
easily.
two for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So
Now,
what were you gonna say?
Did you guys pick up on what Malcolm
Yes, I did. Yeah.
called one of the best players of all time?
Yeah.
Did you pick up on it?
Pessy.
He called him Pessy.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Why?
Can you explain why?
Messi's become reliant on penalties.
Messi's become reliant
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Penalty
He
shootouts?
loves.
No, like
Messi
earning
loves
penalties and, like,
penalties.
scoring, like,
He loves
getting-
those stats, baby. 1 goal a game, penalty.
A lot of people say this. Okay, so people call him. Some people call him Pessi. Some people call them Penaldo for Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, yeah.
People call both of them those names because they score a lot of penalty goals or whatever. Like not in penalty shootouts, but like I guess in penalty shootouts, but also just like in regular time, getting fouled in the box and then shooting a penalty.
Also,
Like, that's the only goals that they score. or
Those
whatever.
nicknames. Go ahead.
Also, in Copa America this year, the rules were changed. It's never like this. After the full 90 minutes, if it's a tie, it's supposed to go to extra time, but not this time. It goes right to penalties.
But not for Euros, right?
Not for Euros, no.
That's not for
Weird.
They're
Euros.
doing
So-
real stuff over there.
Yeah, what's your conspiracy now? Go ahead, hit me with the
They
conspiracy.
really want Messi to win this one so they can give him a ball on
Dude, that's actually insane.
It's not insane.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
who's they?
What do you mean, who's they?
powers.
Yeah, who is they? No, that's a
Who
really
wa-
important
who wants
question.
to
Who is
win?
they?
UEFA.
The
Pulling
powers.
any organization.
Why would
Powers.
UEFA benefit from Messi winning as opposed to anybody else winning?
The Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, like why would UEFA benefit from Messi specifically winning?
Well, I mean, I think if Messi wins the Copa America, because a lot of the votes for Ballon d'Or come from journalists and media and stuff.
okay.
And so once I see Pessi win another big trophy, they're gonna be like, well, he deserves it.
Well, I'm saying, what does UEFA benefit?
I'm not saying that they benefit.
Then why would they
So
want?
then why would they
Well, I
want
mean, Messi's the golden boy of UEFA, the UEFA golden boy.
He was the FIFA Golden Boy yesterday when we were having this conversation, or 2 days ago. Now he's the UEFA Golden Boy.
He's
Pick an organization,
everyone's golden
buddy.
boy. Everyone's golden boy.
As somebody who has only a cursory knowledge about this, it wouldn't surprise me because not so much UEFA I don't know about, but FIFA is like notoriously so corrupt with how like all the money shit they have going on that it wouldn't surprise me if there was like shit going on where they were trying to make things happen. Sports conspiracies like that are fun to me, where people talk about basketball like the NBA and like it's all rigged, it's all, and then people get like these really deep dive videos where it's like you see that like the ball behaves in a way that like normal
people have
basketballs don't. It's kind of fun.
Dude, people are so fucking sad and pathetic that they're like putting the amount of people I've met who are like, this is rigged, that's rigged. It's like, dude, like people just say everything's rigged. Anytime I see a fight, oh, that was a rigged fight. It's like, oh, he broke his. When people snap their leg in half in UFC, oh, that was rigged. They rigged that for him to snap his leg in half. Like, how would you determine what's rigged, what's not rigged?
Also, just on Malcolm's taking out the extended time point, that alone is not going to put Messi over the edge.
Yeah, well, because Argentina thrives on penalties.
Dude, penalties is
Tell me it's
such
not
a
true. Tell me
game
it's
of
not true. Tell me
chance.
it's not true.
Penalties is a game
Tell
of
me
chance,
it's not
yes or
true.
no?
Doesn't any,
Penalties
Not
is a
asking you
game
a
of
question.
chance.
Tell me it's not true.
don't most teams benefit from penalties because then it's just
No,
like
it's not true.
pretty
No,
equal.
France stinks fucking shit at penalties.
I guess maybe that's France specifically, but
All
I feel
right,
like a lot
tell
of
me
teams-
Argentina doesn't benefit off the penalties and they don't thrive
I can't
off of
say
them.
confidently that they benefit.
Tell me they don't
benefit
thrive
greatly
off of
over
them.
other teams on
Tell me
penalties.
they don't thrive
Because
off of them.
penalties could go any way.
Patrick, tell him.
Tell me they
Do you
can
not
thrive
agree
off
that
of them.
penalties could go any way?
They could, but tell me they don't thrive off of them.
So how can he
How
admit that penalties could go
how
any way?
notoriously good is their goalkeeper at saving penalties, and how good are their players at scoring them?
Dude, it's just happenstance.
It's
It's
not just
literally just
happens.
happenstance. They have to get to the penalties first of all. They have to play 90 minutes to get to the penalties first of all.
So the implication.
There's just so many things that could go wrong for
The
Argentina.
implication that he's saying is that somehow it's like they plan it to go to penalties, but that would mean that
I'm not saying they're planning to go to penalties. I'm just saying they're making it a little easier for Messi to get through.
but they're making it easy for
half an hour easier to get through.
But I think they're making it easier for a lot of teams to
Dude,
get through who are also good at penalties.
Dude, that makes it easier for all players who don't have to play an extra 30 minutes
True.
of at a
But
time.
that-
It doesn't
but like
just,
I said,
Messi's not
but-
like an
but like I
exception. They're
said,
all humans.
Argentina thrives off of penalties.
But what you're saying is that Argentina is far and away the best team at taking penalties, and there's no team even.
They're
close
one of the
to
best
taking-
teams at taking penalties.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's teams that are pretty comparable in terms of taking penalties. Like no team is even comparable.
I'm just saying Argentina is very good at taking
Also,
penalties.
just for the record, no team ever wants to go to penalties. You want to win it in regular time. No team wants to go to penalties. Why?
Messi does not want to go to penalties.
You know why no team wants to go to penalties? Because it's anyone's game at that point.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
You're using Malcolm's mic. That's why I was thrown off by the cables.
Oh, I see.
I have two complaints of my own.
Go ahead.
Having watched some of the Euros recently, I don't know why this never registered to me, but my dad was mentioning it. I can't believe for the soccer penalty shootouts, they let the players
Like hesitate a little bit.
do all the hesitations and shit.
You're not. I don't know what happened to that rule. The rule used to be like you can't stop. You need to have
Dude,
fluid
I
motion
saw
at some
Ronaldo
point.
take one the other day, and he
He
literally
came to a
stopped,
complete stop.
went,
Yeah,
stopped.
Ronaldo's in the game. They lost against fucking France there.
Yeah.
That shot that Ronaldo took, I was like
Unreal.
sitting watching it in the hotel room, and I was
Yeah.
like, I can't believe they're letting him do that. Like he started, stopped, and then went again.
yeah.
And because my dad's point was like, the fucking goalie has like already such an impossible odd. Like you have a 1 in 3 chance basically of guessing, is it going right down Main Street or is it going left or right? It's like it's already such a hard, like the odds aren't in your favor. So to allow the players to make it even harder with like, and then it's like, why is that allowed? Why is it not just as soon as you start moving, you have to like complete
And
the motion?
Patrick and Malcolm, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's generally what you're saying is what a lot of people think, and that's like a rule that you're not allowed to stutter step or whatever. You could kind of like you could stutter, but you have to
stutter,
be
but
continuing
you
in
have
one
to move.
direction.
You have to be moving. Like,
You can't stop.
You can be slow and your foot
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this, dragging on the ground, and it'll count. But
Yeah.
like it seems like Ronaldo comes to a complete stop.
Ronaldo
Not
took
just-
like a stop.
Not just Ronaldo. I saw another player.
Lewandowski did, too.
Lewandowski did it.
He was
I watched
insane, bro.
Messi do it
Lewandowski
too.
did it too, but then didn't they redo it? Because
They redid it 'cause the keeper came off the
keeper
line.
moved first,
Yeah.
He was off the line.
and then they did it again, and he did the same exact move where he went
Yeah.
and then took
And
it
then he
bottom
already
left
did
corner.
that,
I'm
yeah.
like, how as the keeper, like again, you have so much shit to worry about, and all of a sudden this guy's like, oh, and you're like,
Yeah,
what are you
it's
gonna
like
do?
to me, it's just like you're already working on like
crazy.
1 out of 3 odds, and then it's like, hey, what if we just made it even harder?
But what you're saying is right, and I've heard in the past that it's a rule that you can't stop like that, and I don't know what's going on, why they're
I don't
allowing
know
that to happen.
what's happening.
No,
with that rule
you
either.
definitely in the past have not been able to do a complete stop.
I've seen
But
people,
people
in the,
get away with it where it's like
like a
this
slow
is what
run
I've
up,
seen a lot.
a slow run up.
Like, not just a slow run, but you could like take like 2 steps and then like slow down, but as long
Yeah,
as
yeah,
it's, like,
yeah, you're still moving, yeah, yeah.
it's still legal. Kind of
Sure.
thing, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's
I
weird?
just- I don't know,
You
it's
know what's
weird.
weird though? It's like I feel like in the past I've seen people do that, and they've stopped it and be like redo the penalty. I've seen people do that. Is that not a thing? I
They
feel
may have
like I've-
changed the rule.
I
I
feel like
don't
I've
know.
seen a game in the past, like years ago, where someone was doing a penalty and they did that stop thing, and they're like, bro, you can't stop,
I think
and
I've
they
seen
redid it.
that at some point, but I don't know idea what happened.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, the last point I want to make here is this whole idea of Messi has become quite widespread.
Yep.
Can I tell you why that?
It's become
why
widespread, and it's sure.
Because he won the World Cup, and people were pissed that he won the World Cup, and they thought the World Cup
Nobody
was
was pissed
rigged.
that he won the World
Bro,
Cup.
people
I
were
mean,
pi-
I was pissed that he
people-
won the World Cup, but
people
people were also
thought-
pissed that he won the Ballon d'Or because he won the
Who
World
gives a
Cup.
shit about the Ballon d'Or? I'm saying like people are, yeah, I guess that's also a part of it, but people were just mad that Argentina won the World Cup and they even got there, and I guess the ref had some bad calls or something, and then all of a sudden it's like now we're gonna hate on Ronaldo or Messi.
I
But
think-
if Ronaldo won the World Cup under dubious circumstances and people thought they shouldn't have won, and then he won the Ballon d'Or, then people would hate on him.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's I have a hard time believing it's Messi's fault that any of that happened. Like,
I think a
Dude,
lot
you
of the
can-
hate for Messi has been coming more in recent years, where he's been winning a lot of Ballon d'Ors,
That's not his fault,
which
though.
most people completely disagree with.
but
Here's
why?
the
But
thing.
why is he getting blamed? It's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault, but people just can't. People can't stand
So
to
why
see
is
it.
why is the hate going towards him and not UEFA, whoever's
FIFA.
making the decision?
FIFA
Here's-
reporters.
Yeah,
stuff
but I'm
like
saying
that.
people are like, oh, like fuck Messi. It's like Messi just won the award. Like he didn't choose to win the award. He just played and then they gave it to him.
Here's the thing: you can absolutely make the argument
Sure.
that Messi maybe didn't deserve
Sure.
various accolades he's won in recent years. But this whole idea of Messi has become so widespread, and people who don't really engage with football at a high level are now turning opinions and saying, "Oh, Messi's overrated," or "Oh, Messi's actually was never that good," or "He isn't that good," or you know what I'm saying?
I personally don't
And
watch
I don't
soccer that
understand
often.
how this idea has morphed into something so ugly and untrue.
I just think because it's like it spreads like wildfire, I guess, right? And then people just start saying it just to say it. But I feel like for me, like I don't know much about soccer, so if you told me that he scores all these penalties, I'd be like, oh, maybe I guess. But I would never like be like, I'm gonna call him Messi from now on. You know what
I'm
saying?
gonna call him Messi, but I'm not gonna deny his greatness and how unbelievable of a footballer he is. But
it's
he
so
is Messi.
But isn't it insane to you when you hear people say that he's not great? It's like
That's
what are you
insane.
talking
I think
about?
it's just
Sometimes,
because
like,
he is the top dog that it's like
No, but
he's,
he's like-
the target for people being like,
But what people aren't.
oh, he's not that great.
But what people aren't taking into account, he's like way out of his prime. He's like 35 or whatever, 36. He was in his prime like 5-10 years
Sure,
ago.
that too, but to me, it's just like nobody's talking about like some random midfielder on Denmark.
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
what a fucking overrated
Exactly.
guy. It's like they're talking about Messi because he is
Yeah.
like the guy kind of thing. And I
Yeah.
feel like when you're at that high, you have more people
To criticize
like
you, yeah.
taking shots kind of thing.
yeah.
And especially, I also think there's like, it's to that idea of, you know, where people say they like to watch their heroes fall and shit. Where I think there's something to that idea of like, you get to the mountaintop and everybody's with you, and then you're on the mountaintop and everybody's with you. But then there's like the tail end of it where then it goes on and people are like, fuck you kind of thing. And they want you like off kind of thing.
It just confuses me when I've heard people now be like, man, Messi fucking sucks. You see how he played? And I'm like, yeah, but isn't he like almost retired? Like, why are you? Like let's look at him for the murder.
It's like the same thing as Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo's been
people have
playing
been shitting on him though,
like
too.
crap.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's been playing like crap. I
But
don't know what happened.
It's not
in
surprising,
like
though.
in the
He's
Euro
old.
qualifications, he was a top scorer. Like he was doing great, and now he gets the Euros.
But-
I guess just because the competition is greater,
Sure.
he's just been playing terrible.
But to me, it's like nobody beats time, right? Like time's gonna beat everybody,
Yeah.
and it's so weird for me to people to like shit on them, like oh, he's just not good. It's like he's older now. Like obviously he's not gonna be as good as when he was like 28 and he was scoring like a shit ton of goals.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm sweating my ass off in here.
Okay.
pretty hot in
Yeah,
here.
we can
Wrap
wrap
it
it
up.
up here, but that's just
The other thing I was going to complain about soccer-wise, and I don't mean to start this diatribe again, but thinking about it recently,
The diving, dude.
I
know-
found a way to put it into words. You know when you watch a movie or a show or like a game or you eat something and you're like, this is so good, but if they just took this one thing out, it would be great. Black Klansman is a movie that we watched. And before we watched it together, I told you all of this. That I really fucking love that
Oh,
movie.
you had seen it when we watched it?
Yeah. Really love that movie. But the ending sucks and it takes away from the whole thing from me. Soccer is the Black Klansman of sports to me with the diving, where it's like, I really like this thing. I enjoy watching it. I like talking about it. I like playing it. All of it. But the fucking diving, I know I've whined about this for years at this point to you guys, but it's just so frustrating. And I was thinking about it too, where like, because when I was watching some of the Euro games in Europe and shit, like when we'd be at the hotel, chilling.
Did you
for a
watch
little
any
bit.
France games with like a bunch of like French people?
No, we never really saw any of the games like around anything. My dad was actually happy that we left England on
Before
the
the-
Friday before the game, because my dad was like, if we're there and they lose, it's gonna be annoying because there's gonna be a bunch of fucking pissed off drunk
they won,
British
like crazy.
people anywhere. And even if they won, my dad was like, that's better, but still a little more annoying because then it's just gonna be people fucking like partying in the streets, getting shit faced and shit. But when I was watching some of it, I was like really sitting and thinking about it, trying like how to articulate it, and the Black Klansman comparison, and not just even that movie specifically, but that idea of like, this is great if you just took the one element out of it for me. But I was thinking about it in a deeper way too, where it's like, I am the last person you will hear like some machismo bullshit from about like,
Get up.
be a man and get up and don't show emotions. Like, I'm the last person you'll hear that from. But like seeing, when I was watching some of the shit and I'm like, Ronaldo, not recently, but just overall time, but it's like Ronaldo, Messi, fucking
I
Mbappe.
really want him to say Pessy.
Mbappe, like
Ronaldo,
all these guys that are like top dogs. To me, I'm like, you are some of the best athletes on the planet. In a more focused lens within your sport, you are the best athletes in your sport, probably of all time, like since the fucking Stone Age when they were kicking fucking rocks around. You're some of the best athletes in the world. You are the best like class ever of all time in your sport. Doesn't it like embarrass them? Like, I was really thinking about this, and again, to the like masculinity point, I am not one of those fucking guys, but like, I'm like, as a man, doesn't it embarrass you to be like,
It's funny that you,
some guy taps you, and it's not even like, if they just went down, I would get it like a slight more, but to me it is the like, somebody hits them and it's not like they like kind of go down, it's the
yeah.
and like the fucking rolling around and all the shit, and then 5 seconds later when they get the ball, then they pop up and everything's fine. I'm like, doesn't that
what's fascinating?
embarrass you? I don't like.
These guys play soccer. Obviously, we know that, and I haven't seen you guys play in a very long time, but I know for a fact if someone, because even yesterday I was telling them this, I literally said the same exact shit to Malcolm's family when they were there, and I was like, why is it? It feels like someone gets a ball passed to them, and then as soon as they realize that they're gonna not be able to push through and break the defense, they fall when someone like shoulders them a little bit,
Yeah.
So as soon as they feel like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to do this, I'm just gonna fall and hope I get a foul or whatever, it looks like cowardly, first of all, and second of all, I know for a fact if you guys get hit, and I know it really hurts with the studs and whatever. I know for a fact if you got hit in the middle of a game and you were trying to go through, you wouldn't all of a sudden jump in the air, fall on the floor, and for a good 5 minutes, like, hold your leg. Like, you wouldn't do that. You'd be like, fuck, that hurt, and you'd get up and you'd walk it off, or you'd sit for 10 seconds and you'd get up, but you wouldn't, like, make a whole show out of it.
It's not even a little bit in my mind, like, I need to fall over and get a foul.
Even if you fell over or whatever, but I'm saying, like, that, the whole facial expression of, like, this is excruciating, like, I can't bear it, and it's, like, a good minute.
Yeah.
That, to me, it's, like, yeah, it should be embarrassing for professional players to, like, pretend and to play and to act. And I think that they should hand out more fucking yellow cards and red cards to these people who are just pretending this whole time. Like, the amount of times I've seen, like, I was just watching the Portugal game, Ronaldo's in the box, he gets a pass, the defender beats him to it, and then he just kind of, like, bumps into him and then just falls over, and it's like, oh, and then why didn't they call the foul? And it's
Honestly,
like, dude, you can't fucking pretend like, there has to be some sort of, you know, like in hockey, there's, like, physicality. Like, people push each other. There has to be, and rugby as well, like, football, like, there has to be some physicality in sport. You can't just have it to be, like, you can't touch each other, and then as soon as you have any bit of contact, you just flop all over the place. Like,
You know
it makes
what I
no
would-
sense.
You know what I would support? I would support for not a stoppage of VAR, but if there's and this has been blatant and rampant in this year's Euros of no contact dives, where you're talking about someone touches them and they dive.
Yeah.
We're talking about no
Yes.
contact dives.
That's
if there is
Like this, Malcolm's
Yeah.
running, and I'm like, he's just leaning. I'm not talking about a shove.
leaning, but even like a swipe,
ball or something?
and there's no
Yeah, yeah.
contact whatsoever, they fall.
Yeah.
I would support VAR going in, checking that while the game is running, and at the next stop, they tell the ref to give the card of
Yeah.
we checked it, you get a
And
card.
if you do that twice,
You know what I'm saying?
Get out.
So we don't need to stop the game. We
If
don't
it
need to slow the game
if you do
down.
it twice egregiously, get out.
And then
Give a
if
red
you get
card.
2 yellows,
Yeah.
then 2 yellows is red.
That's the thing too, where it's like there are times where it's like guys are running and nobody touches them and they're like selling it. And I told you the example of like earlier in the Euro, I was watching one of the games and like from behind on TV when you're watching it, this guy didn't do like a full bicycle, but he got his foot like pretty fucking high.
he, like,
and it was two guys running to get the ball, but like,
Oh,
away
yes,
from
that
the
was
camera.
Netherlands.
face.
That was
So you
Netherlands.
only see you only see their two backs, and one of them kind of goes for the ball like
Bicycle
pretty
thing,
high,
yeah.
and then the other guy's like holding his face and
Oh my
watching
God,
on
that made me
TV
so
because they're running
angry.
from behind, like they're running away from the camera. Watching on TV, I was like sitting there like, oh fuck, that guy just
him
took
right
a
in the head, yeah.
boot to the face, like that's gonna hurt. And then they cut to the slow mo
Different
shot
angle?
from the other angle
Yeah.
where it's not them running away from the camera, it's them running at the camera, and the guy like makes contact with the ball, and his foot's nowhere near the guy's face, and then and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Piece of shit, dude.
come on.
You know what the problem
It's-
is?
yeah.
Not just the moral kind of cowardly aspect of it, just the flow of the fucking game, right?
It
You
takes
ever watch
away-
a game and you just like you want it to continue and it's exciting. There's exciting stuff happening sometimes when they're building plays.
Yeah.
And sometimes like there's like almost a breakaway and almost a breakthrough, and then the ref will blow the whistle. They'll stop it because someone fell over. Like fuck that guy who fell over. Like he didn't get fouled, or if he did, review it later. Like review it after. You know what I'm saying?
There's some stuff I've been seeing that really pisses me off. I feel like because of diving and stuff, like big aspects of the game, like shoulder to shoulder play, and
Yes.
one guy being way stronger than the other,
Yeah,
and the other guy
physicality.
falling over, that's turned into a foul instead of just like that's just a part of
Strength.
the game. And
Yeah.
now I'm seeing a lot more. Like I feel like refs aren't harsh enough with a lot of fouls I'm seeing. Guys will literally, if you get past them. I saw it last game I was watching. I don't remember who it was. No.
That shit. Have you seen people just grab?
He was like 2 arms,
Yep.
held him like
Tackle,
this,
yeah,
and
yeah.
pulled him back. And the
Yeah.
ref, not even a yellow. Just
Yeah.
like you stop play, like it's a foul. And it's crazy to me. There's a lot more shirt pulling,
Yep.
and like
Sometimes
I
people will be
can't
on a
believe
break.
some of the fouls, and the refs don't give yellows for it, and which in my opinion are opportunities that deserve a yellow card because of that's not how you play the game.
I 100% agree, and I've seen cases that are so bad where it's one-on-one. Guys about to break away past all the defenders. There's one defender left, and it's his job to stop him, and he can't stop him, so he grabs him, pulls him down. That could have been easily a goal, and then the ref goes, yellow card. It's like, okay, so
Should've-
what? So
should've
that
been
was
red.
about to be a goal, and that could have changed their whole trajectory in the whole tournament. You're just going to give him a yellow card. Like, give him a red card.
The
You
number
just
one-
ruined the whole goal.
The number one example I can think of is from the last Euros when Saka beat Chiellini on the right side, and Chiellini knew he wasn't going to catch
Yep.
up to Saka, so he grabbed his shirt,
yanked him.
to the ground.
Yeah.
Yellow card.
It's so stupid. You should get a red card.
You should
'cause
get a red. I was so.
You know why you should get a red
angry.
card? Because not only is it a foul, but it's intentionally you're trying to hit the person. It's not like you went for the ball and you missed. That could be a yellow. But if you've intentionally, like, he's getting past you,
First
and
of all,
then you
you're
drag
you're
him down.
through on
To
goal.
be
You're
honest
by
with you,
yourself.
yeah.
You stop the play. you stop him from going through, and you don't play the game like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, I hear what you guys are saying, and there's definitely a case to be made for that. I personally, I like the idea of tactical fouls, where a yellow is
You take a sacrifice.
you take a sacrifice, and then the yellow
Sure.
forces you to move on more cautiously the rest of the
Because you
game.
also miss the next game, so that's big consequences as well.
Yeah.
But I just generally resonate the most with the idea of
Yeah.
physicality being a part of soccer.
Mhm.
Because I used to see old clips of like even Messi and other older players playing,
Yeah.
and they're like, they're shoving each other, and they're still like resilient and breaking through and trying to
Yeah.
get like. When I watch those clips, they're actually trying to get through, and they're not just falling as soon as they feel like the opportunity to get a foul. Like they're
Yeah.
actually trying hard to get through.
Yeah,
Like I wish it was more like that, because then it's easier, it's better flow,
hmm
and it's just more exciting to watch people like get physical. Then what do they even like do strength and conditioning for, and like weight training? Like, don't you want to be strong so you can like outmuscle the other guys sometimes?
That's what I'm saying too, and it's like, again, I just, I apologize for going on the tirade, but it's just like, I again, like I said, I was really trying to think about it and find a way of articulating it, and it was a thing to me where I'm like, again, it's like, you guys are some of the top athletes in the world. You are the best at this sport that you play, and it's like, and this is how you're like carrying it out. And I know in the past, like, you would make the argument of like, well, but like if it gets you a free kick or something, like, I get that literally within the sport, there's like a tactical side to it.
Sure.
I get that. I respect it, because it's not like, I know it happens in soccer, but it's not like hockey where it's like, A, it's more physical, but B, it's like diving is a penalty. If you dive, you're getting you 2 minutes in the box. Whereas like a lot of the dives the soccer guys get, sometimes they get caught for it and they get like a call or whatever, but other times it's like they just get away with it. So I understand that it's more like you can game that system a little more.
But the problem,
I get it.
Dude, the frequency though, the fucking frequency.
Yes, and it's like, I get it, I understand it, but to me it's just like, it doesn't have to be that way. And it's like that, those are the two things I was coming back to, where it's like, as an athlete, and again, to take the machismo route, as an athlete and like as a man, how is it not like embarrassing to you to have somebody bump you, or the even more egregious shit
Yeah.
when nobody touches you, and then to be like, I'm gonna sell this.
Dude, you know what I thought yesterday? I was like, what if you're the guy who's diving, and like, imagine being that person's wife or girlfriend, and you're watching your guy on the floor screaming and yelling and holding his leg. The ref doesn't call it, and they get up and start sprinting. You're like, God, like, what the fuck is this doing?
And I get equally pissed at soccer players generally about like, anytime anything goes wrong for them, it's like immediately whining and bitching to the
Sure.
ref, and then when like they're trying to get away with something, it's like everything's fine. But it's like, if I were, or even complaining like to other players and kind of thing, but it's like, if I was somebody in a situation where I'm like going against another guy and I like don't touch him and he goes down like he's shot and the ref calls it and like gives them the kick, whatever, it's like, I would lose my fucking mind, especially if I then looked up at the screen and
They
saw
saw
the
it,
slow-mo
yeah.
replay where like I don't make any contact. Like,
Dude, they do lose
that
their
would
mind, though.
drive me
Dude,
insane.
yesterday I saw it. We were watching the game, I think, and then there was a time where someone like, I've seen so many times where someone nudges somebody, they fall over, they call the foul, maybe not a yellow card, but they call a free kick, and the player who didn't touch him goes like, like they go like, what? Like they do that shit. Like, what the fuck are you? And they run over to the ref and like, I didn't touch him. I didn't fucking touch him. And no, it's already a foul. Like, why not review it? Why not review it?
I would be carrying a fucking butterfly knife on me so that like if that happened, the person that got away with it, like between plays, just walk by and like just
Slice
give
him.
just give him a quick like either stab or just a run by slice. Like
Game suspended, match
I
with
don't
handcuffs.
know.
You put it like at the, like the Assassin's Creed.
the fucking like toe knife.
Every football federation, every league in the world would have a post on Matthew.
Just
We
blacklisted.
condemn this behavior.
Yeah, never.
I just like I
Never
don't
again.
know, because it's like I think, and this to me is the thing where it's like these are people playing for like world international
Like
championships.
$500 million.
I think about it when I played like fucking, hockey and shit when I was a kid, and it's like Flamborough and Guelph were always the two towns that every time we played there,
Flamborough?
we hated it because the reffing was so blatantly biased and obvious, and it's like that would drive me nuts when I was like 12 playing, and I would be ready to like break my stick over somebody's head. I just don't understand how these guys like have this shit happen to them or see people get away with this stuff when you're playing for like your country in the Euro and you don't like have a
Have a
fucking
butterfly
have a the boss on Smiling Friends like breakdown. But like I would be incoherently babbling, like just losing my fucking mind of like I didn't touch him.
You just cackle laughing.
Yeah, like
Honestly,
I just,
what's crazy to me
Insane.
too. What's crazy is that, again, like you were a kid playing hockey. You guys play soccer, and you're not in like an insanely pro league and stuff, and you're not doing this dumb shit. I know the stakes are higher, and they really want to earn that fucking foul. But I just feel like they have to crack down harder on it. They just have to
in
have
the
to
games,
crack down.
there's still people that do that stuff. Like they'll
Sure.
dive, or even if they're just weak, they'll just go down easy. And because people go down easy, foul.
Yeah, that's what I hate. I hate watching, and then every 3 seconds, blow the whistle because someone fell over. Blow the whistle because someone fell over. I'm like, I wanted to keep watching what was happening. Give more advantages. Let them run, and then what if they let them run and they end up scoring a goal, and then they review VAR and it was clearly a foul, then they undo it or something.
Yeah.
Like to me, that would make more sense than just like stop it and then there's no goal potential at all.
I remember I had a game like maybe like 3 years ago, and I still remember the moment. I was playing center back, and this short kid, ran by me, pushes the ball into the box. I catch up, and I'm like, easiest way to get out of the box is I'm gonna give him a little body.
Sure.
He's gonna go bye. I gave him a body. He goes straight to the ground. I get the ball, penalty, and I'm like, I just look at the ref. I'm like, but can't you see the issue here? It's a physical game, and he's like, I don't know, 5'1",
Yeah.
and you're gonna give him a foul just because I'm bigger?
this is what I was gonna ask. Well, and I also used to think of when I used to play hockey and guys like Camden or Mitchell who were like fucking trees when we were that age, and they would get dinged for penalties all the time just because they were massive, and they'd like hit some guy in the boards, and that kid would get like fucked up, and the ref would call it, and we always used to feel so bad because we're like, it wasn't
It's
a
like
dirty,
against the wall.
like it wasn't a dirty hit, it was a perfectly clean hit. But when you're like, you know, a 4'11" kid and you've got this like almost 6 foot monster and you're like 12,
Yeah.
like it looks so much worse. But that's what I was gonna say. Correct me if I'm wrong. In soccer, the only shit that the side refs are calling is like offsides and shit.
No,
They
they
can
can
also
call
call
fouls.
fouls.
Like when they wave their
Side
flag.
guys.
Yeah, they can call fouls. They can raise their flag and let the ref
Like
know
notify
there's
the ref?
something.
Maybe to me it's the thing of like you need like
More angles?
3 refs on the pitch instead of like the one fucking poor bastard they've got
But there'd
running.
be-
I don't know what it is
There'd be too
because
much
it's like
clutter at that point, I think.
maybe, but to me it's just like I feel like that would help solve some of it because one of the arguments
Come of it?
Come of it. A Freudian slip there. I've come on the brain. Something I was gonna think of as like a solution is like, because my argument too would be like, I don't get the diving because it's like if it is a foul, the ref's gonna call it anyways. So what does you going down like your shot? How does that help it? But then I'm thinking of like the example of the guy who lifts his foot really high. The guy pretends like he got booted in the face, and then the ref calls it. I'm like, okay, well if the ref's calling that, then it means he didn't see
Not good
what
at all.
actually happened. So
Yeah.
the guy selling it, that's a problem there. And so to me, it's like, do you just need more refs or like
Maybe.
eyes on it so that like one of the refs could be like, oh, he kicked him in the face, and the other
Yeah.
guy can be like, no, he fucking didn't.
I think the problem is like you introduce that to have more like better coverage and better angles.
I
But
guess.
then also I think it's too like complicated, right? Because then they have to like talk to each other. Like every time there's a foul, like the 70 refs have to talk to, not 70, but like the shit ton of refs have to be like, oh no, what did you see? What did you
Imagine
see?
that there was like that
The
many
council
refs
of
on
refs.
the
Circle of them?
There's just like a whole mob moving
Yeah.
on the field with all the players.
There's like another 11.
There's a ref.
11 team.
There's a ref for There's a ref for every player on the field.
and he's following him.
the twin. These fucking refs would have to be in great shape. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like I said. I like soccer a lot.
Yeah.
Aside from hockey, it's probably my favorite sport. Like it is
Wow,
my
more than
number
football?
2. Yeah, because I like as
It's
much
a beautiful game, baby.
as much as I like American football, I just find and because soccer in a lot of ways, hockey and soccer are similar in a lot of ways. So it's like there's enough carryover for me that it's like enjoyable. But it's like love soccer to death. We've said before ad nauseum on the show. Love sports just generally, but that is the thing where it's frustrating, and it's frustrating because it could be taken out. It's not like when
Something's got to change.
It's not like when fucking people bitch and moan and they're like, "Oh, baseball's too slow," or like American football's too
That's just
slow.
the nature of the
I'm like,
game,
that's just
dude.
how. Yeah, like that's just how it is. Like if you can't get on board with that, that's fine.
Don't watch
But
it.
it's not like a complaint about the sport. It's just that's the sport. But it's like with soccer, it's frustrating because it's like it doesn't have to be this way.
It
Like
could- I think
we could get, and you know why I know it doesn't have to be this way? Go watch a fucking women's soccer game because it's not the fucking same in the women's
They
soccer.
just suck.
Well, you don't need to watch.
Well-
You need to watch. Like in the past, it was way more physical.
That's
and
what
stuff. Yeah.
that's what I've heard. Last thing I want to say about this, I've heard that NBA was the same exact thing. Back in the day when Michael Jordan was playing and Scottie Pippen and all these guys, they'd be way more aggressive and physical with the ball. They'd shoulder each other, they'd shove each other, they'd go for it, and physicality was an important part of the game. Someone like fucking Shaq was like really hard to defend and annoying to defend because he was like really strong and he would break through you and like dunk it on you. But then now, like I've heard, I haven't watched basketball, but I've heard it's getting really bad in basketball where there's like a million technical little fouls, and it's just getting harder to enjoy it as someone who enjoys the physical aspect of the game, not just technique. Because technique is a huge part of soccer, but then I wish physicality had a bigger role like it used to.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're ever gonna fix that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Anyways,
interesting
yeah.
conversation.
Malcolm, take us out. No, that's not.
Does anybody have anything else they want to get off
No,
their
we
chests
do.
here before we wrap up?
Not really, I guess.
Let's cut the camera.
I think I'm pretty good. This was a bit of a. This episode had a weird energy to it.
It did.
I think it
What do you
toned
mean?
down a little bit, but
He gave this episode a weird energy.
What are you talking about?
it definitely toned down a little bit. The weirdest tone, but my topic in the beginning felt like there was an aura in the room.
I mean, I liked watching the trailer. It was cool.
Shout out Alien.
And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Watch the clips. What do you want to say real quick?
What was that, Patrick?
I thought Patrick shit himself
You
just
kinda
now.
look
Can
like
you get us
like you
out so I can?
bounced Up there
I
a
need.
little.
Let's just say I need toilet
Patrick
paper.
Absolutely shit himself right now because it stinks.
Okay, so we're gonna get out of here. Patrick's gotta wipe up his pants, and yeah, please like and
Let
subscribe.
me clean that couch up.
Watch the clips. Patrick does a good job on those, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
See ya.